And the Oscar goes to...
We're here to fuck shit up.
Well, I'm no Jon Burgundy.
Jon Burgundy. Jon Burgundy.
You can't have my cornbread, that's for damn sure.
Mid.
Darkness is your ally. I was born in
Side.
I got family.
And now for our feature presentation.
Man, I don't.
Once again.
I don't know. But I think we have the best podcast intro going,
Is deja vu?
right?
I don't know. I feel like I've heard this before.
Did somebody just say it? Anyway.
I don't know.
What's going on, people?
Hello.
Before we get going, hit that thumbs up button. Like, comment, subscribe, share all that shit. You
Yeah.
know, send this to Graham.
Yep.
Right?
Auntie.
You're- What's going on? I'm Jamal here with Sir Alec.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm about to say, never mind on me. Getting claps
No,
and shit.
I wanted you to think that
Well,
I
he
wasn't
didn't.
gonna
He
press
didn't even give me.
I did.
No, you did not.
No, you didn't.
We got Jon Burgundy not on the boards. We
In the flesh.
We got Josh with us, and we got a fun one planned today. I'll just tell you right off bat. Okay?
Mhm.
Alec has came up with this idea that we are going to do today,
Yes.
And may I say, genius.
and so I'll give you a little glimpse, a little sneak peek,
Just a little taste.
right? Wonder Woman. That's the sneak peek. That's all you get,
That's all you're getting.
right?
That's it.
But I think we're excited.
Mhm.
Me and Alec are excited to hear what Jonathan has chosen.
I hate that. Okay, never mind.
So-
Jonathan's gonna be amazing.
we're
I
gonna
know.
we're
Thank
gonna
you.
we're
Not in
gonna,
the way you think.
we're gonna give
Oh,
our
God.
top 5
Yeah.
actresses who could play Wonder Woman. And Jonathan's list. Josh knows it.
Yes.
And his list is probably going to be a thing of legends. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
But we are going to get into our trip that we took last weekend
Yes.
Mhm.
to LA.
Yes.
First time
yeah.
as the whole pod collective.
Mhm.
You as a married man.
Yep.
You were on your honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
And we went down to CineGear.
Yes.
And so
CineGear. It's the convention for cinematographers, and we can
Yes.
check out. Everybody can check out gear,
Mhm,
the latest
mhm.
gear that's already here or coming out, and meet other cinematographers, like real industry cinematographers as well. And it was hosted on the Universal Studios lot. If you ever take the tram ride or even seen Back to the Future, we it was basically on that lot where the Hilldale clock tower is.
Yes.
Yeah, save the clock tower.
Save it.
But yeah, it was very fun to be there. We got there at like what was it, 9 o'clock in the morning? Like,
Probably
we
like
left
10,
early, and then
yeah.
got there at like 9-10ish.
We, me, Josh, and Alec drove
Mhm.
down Friday morning.
Jonathan was already in LA.
He was,
Yes.
he was already in LA, and he was late to get to CineGear before us, which is, I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah.
Well, if I were to get there on time or early, I would probably seen a man die like you guys did.
Okay. Well, all right. So yes. So
we didn't see anybody die. Okay.
So we're in line. First of all, there's a fun story to that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there was like 2 or 3 lines.
Yeah.
Me and Alec was in one, and then Josh was in like the one to our left
Like near the middle, or is the middle?
in the
probably,
middle
yeah.
line.
Yeah.
And me and Alec are standing there, and the lines aren't really moving yet. And then they start to move.
Yeah.
At least our line started to move.
Mm.
And so Josh is standing back there, and we're looking back. Okay, he's still there.
Yeah.
He sends a text message. He says something like, "Oh, I think I'm." What did he say? Like something. His line's gonna go pass us, pretty much, right?
Yeah. I was like, he's like, yeah, the tortoise and the hare.
There you go. Because now at this point, we're fucking moving.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we
damn.
were
Josh is not moving at
not
all.
moving at
right?
all. Yeah.
You look back again, that motherfucker's damn near not even visible.
I have to show in the edit. I'll show a picture
Yes.
of Josh in the line, and he's smiling.
And so,
It's so funny.
so me and Alec, we're our line's fucking moving.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, yeah.
CineGear.
We get through the metal detectors, and we're standing there, and you hear some commotion,
You hear
In front
a
of us.
crash. Yeah.
right? We think it's gear or some
Crash.
shit.
Oh,
Like,
damn.
It's like, oh Lord, did someone drop
Right?
gear
Oh
already?
fuck, somebody fucking messed up, right?
Yeah.
But then you look over, and it's a guy fucking laying. Okay,
No.
Jesus Christ. It's a guy like laying on the ground,
Yeah.
right? Not moving. Me and Alec are standing there like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Alec sends the first text message. What did your text message
I
say?
think someone just died.
Right? Now, I didn't know he was sending the
Yeah,
text
yeah,
message.
exactly.
And I come like right after him, a nigga just died. Like and like he's not moving.
Yeah, that's
At
pretty
all.
scary, honestly.
What I heard.
Motherfuckers aren't like rushing to him.
Yeah.
It's like a slow like,
Like, let's check him,
Yeah.
turn him on his side.
okay,
Yeah.
maybe we should move him behind a bush or some shit.
Don't wanna
Motherfuckers
scare
Just
people.
laying there, right?
Yeah.
And then this one lady's like taking pictures and like
Bruh.
she's like had it framed up where you can kind of see him.
Yeah.
The funniest thing though, Josh hadn't even made it through the metal detectors at this point.
Like, yeah, all this commotion going
Like-
on, still no movement.
Still not even like
Yeah.
halfway to us, right? So we finally get up there and me and Alec are like, we go through, we check in,
Yeah.
and we're like, should we wait for him?
Yeah.
And we're like, nah. So we hop on the shuttle
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
and go down to the back lot.
Damn.
And then finally they caught up to us.
Yeah.
Now, Jonathan, I want to hear your side of like where you were.
When
What
all
ti-
this
like, what-
happened?
yeah, like what time did you
so
get there?
I got there at exactly like 10, maybe 10:05, around there. 10, 10:05.
You took a picture like where you were in line when you first got there. You were like damn near at the parking garage. Like you were like,
Almost, yeah. Well, I was like right off the exit of the parking lot. But because there was like this, like I guess like where we were right on the level.
Yeah.
If you get off, you're right there. Because there was other people that had to come down because they were like on the upper levels, so they had to come down to our level and then go in line. But we were right at like almost the start of the line or something.
Now-
At the end of the line ish.
How close were you to CineGear, like the hotel that you stayed at?
We were like 5 minutes away. So I was like
You were 5 minutes away?
7 minutes away. Yeah. So I was like,
I had no idea about that, y'all.
yeah.
What the fuck?
Just to put this into context, ladies and
Because
gentlemen,
we literally
We had a
hold on.
5-hour drive.
we came from the Bay Area.
wait, okay. I can explain. Like you guys had said previously, I was in my honeymoon, right? So I woke up 2 times at 6 a.m. and 1 extra day from driving from the Bay to LA or past LA because we went to go do some other stuff, and then visit our family. And then when we finished Disneyland, we went to the hotel that was near CineGear, and I was like, I'm not gonna wake up at 6 a.m. again. Like it says that the gates open at like 10. I was like, maybe at most I'm probably gonna leave right here. It's like 9:50 or something.
But like
and just
nobody's
get there.
saying you got to wake up at 6.
No, yeah. But again,
You could have
my
met
my
up with us at the time.
so my thinking or my thought process was, they're gonna move quickly. Like the lines are gonna move. I didn't think there was gonna be lines and like people having difficulty coming in and all that. Because like in Disneyland when you go
Well,
in,
someone died, Jonathan. So
so yeah, I was gonna say. Now I realize why there was a line not moving. The right line wasn't moving was because somebody was traffic on aisle right.
The guy, he did not die.
no, he did not die.
He
Yeah,
just
to
had like a
clarify,
seizure
yeah.
or some shit.
Fell,
Oh,
hit his head pretty hard.
I thought
on
he
the ground,
dehydrated
yeah.
or something.
No, it was first.
Maybe he was just like really excited about like the gear and shit that
Yeah.
he was gonna see. And
CineGear. The
Yeah.
prices are so good. you'd fall for them.
Your fault. Oh God, that's their advertisement for
There was also like kind of like you said, you can network and see people. The director of photography of Batman,
Joker.
same fucking same
villain.
dude.
No,
But
we
yes.
met the Academy Award nominated cinematographer for Joker named Lawrence Sher. He's also created Shot Deck, the website Shot Deck. You ever heard of it? It's basically like a database of all these like shots from a lot of film, not every film, but like a lot of films that majority of films and TV shows, and it's a good resource to use for pitch decks, mood boards, and all that
Inspiration.
inspiration. And yeah, we were just passing by the Shot Deck area, and I looking over, I'm like, that looks like Lawrence Sher. Because he was just hanging out there.
Yeah.
Just talking to
He was
him.
really-
I was
yeah.
like, wait, that is him. And I was like, I told the guys, hey, that's Lawrence Sher. We should go talk to him. And then, yeah, but after a bit of waiting, because of some people.
Which one of us three do you guys think, or does the audience think, had to initiate that conversation? Because we were
one that
standing
was
there.
closest to him.
Because we were just standing there because
Man.
Jamal
Lawrence was talking to somebody else.
was a hero and swooped in real quick.
Yep.
Like, hey,
Let
Lawrence.
Let me tell you, when Alex says waiting,
yeah.
motherfucker, we
Yeah,
were
no, we were
waiting.
That was a
Waiting.
good like 15 minutes probably.
It felt longer
Yeah,
than that.
maybe
right?
longer, yeah.
Like some ladies just fucking yeah.
Oh, we talked about nothing at a certain
Right?
point.
Like,
yeah.
shut the fuck up. Like,
Gotta be
Whoa,
there gotta be
whoa.
like the weekend. Shut up!
I was gonna say, yeah, that was the best. That was the best The Weeknd impersonation I've ever
What are you
seen.
doing?
like we were standing there, and like, you know, it kind of got to the point where he knew we were standing there waiting for him, right? But like this lady is just like, beep, 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 beep.
Oh yeah.
And so some other lady comes over, is like, hey, could you walk with me over here?
I like. I almost said like no,
Right?
for him.
And so I saw like Lawrence, he looks down on his phone, and I just reached out like this.
Yeah.
Go wide, Josh. Like, I reached out like this, like I'm standing there, I'm just like, oh, hey, man. Like, I knew this man for like years, right? It's like, oh, hey, man, I'm Jamal, big fan. And then I ran the intro. My original plan was Val, your wife, was very adamant of pushing me into him. And at one point, I was thinking it.
Yeah.
I was thinking it. But no, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, we got to meet him, talk to him
Yeah.
for a bit, and learn from him. So yeah, it was fun.
That was a good time there. And then so that was kind of CineGear.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went after CineGear, we went to City Walk.
Yep.
Yeah, went to City Walk. We had some pizza and at a nice Italian restaurant. Very nice.
It was very nice.
Good
We're gonna
food.
go to Bubba Goes, but someone was worried
Oh, my
about Jonathan's health.
Well, hold on. Tell that story. Tell that story.
I want to go to Bubba Goes because I think that's like one of the funniest restaurants ever made. And,
Wow.
And it's actually generally pretty good.
And you are not a big Forrest Gump fan.
No, I like the restaurant. That's the best part of the movie.
Now, the only thing about Bubba Gump,
Yeah, is the whole thing about it. It's seafood, of course. If you ever seen the movie, you know it's about shrimp. And but
Shrimp.
Jonathan's allergic to seafood, right?
Yeah, majority seafood.
So I'm like, okay, we can go to we're gonna go somewhere else. But like, well, City Walk is like right next to us. We're at the Universal Studios. Why not just go to Bubble Gumps? And of course, Jonathan's wife Valentina was like, oh, I'm down for that for sure. And Jonathan agrees. I don't know if you just forgot you had like allergic.
No, I
to
mean, like, I'm
seafood?
pretty sure there could be something else in the menu.
No, it's all seafood. It's probably gonna be cross contamination.
well, he didn't think about that.
Yeah, I always forget about cross contamination.
So I think it's
So
me.
far I'm living so.
So it's me, Josh, and Alec, and we're there, and we're waiting on Val and Jonathan to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Alec is hell bent on going to Bubba Gumps.
Like I was like half joking. I was like half joking. Also, like I want to go to
Like he
Bubba
was,
Gumps, goddamn
he was legit. Like he wanted fucking Bubba Gumps, and fucking like so. Me and Josh are just kind of like, well, wait a minute. Like, can he even eat anything in that?
See, you should thank them because they actually cared about you.
Because like we started thinking about it. We're like, well, what if they're frying everything in the same fucking like oil?
Y'all thought about it more than Jonathan did.
Yes, 100%.
Jonathan was like, "I'm about to die."
Hey, he was channeling his inner Ivan Drago.
Yeah, if he does.
But so then that was Friday night.
Yeah.
Saturday
Yeah.
we go to the what was the bookstore name?
Well, first we went to the Oscar Museum.
Oh yes, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
the,
right.
The
Oh,
Academy
shoot.
Awards Museum that's located in LA, of course. The Academy of Motion Pictures and Sciences, they made a museum dedicated to cinema. And that was extremely cool for me to go to. I'm sure for everybody else too. But then they had a Bong Joon-ho exhibit. And that's one of my all-time favorite directors. So that was, yes, I'll glaze him. Of course, Bong Joon-ho directed this film right here, Parasite, the
Yes.
White Shot. Yeah, that film, Oscar-winning film. And they had a whole exhibit dedicated to him and showed off like how his storyboards from his previous films, the notes he had, inspirations from other he took from other films in order to make his work. That was inspiring to see. And then there was like a section for Boys in the Hood.
That one was nice.
That was very cool to see. And there was like they showed like a notes from studios that like rejected the script, basically saying like, especially one studio, Orion Pictures, that said that the script was basically crap.
Yeah.
Like it was like
Yeah.
it's like unprofessional, like unrealistic, and all this stuff. It's like, man, this just shows like that just put it like a fire into my ass, being like, just go out and do what you think is your great script.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like obviously we know what happened to that film after it became a classic. He became the first black director to be nominated for Best Director. No, yeah, all kind now, yeah. So this is like shows like there's just people you shouldn't listen to. Just do your thing.
Studios don't know everything.
Yeah, they don't know everything. Yeah,
On the bung ho though. Oh no, that's
the bung hole.
On the
On the bung hole. Yeah,
on the
Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho.
Nice, I'm drunk. But yeah, you're right.
It was. Seeing his work, it did make me want to like check out like his catalog.
His other films,
Yeah.
I've seen all his films. Yeah, so
I'm surprised you haven't seen Okja. It has Jake Gyllenhaal.
it does. He
So,
plays the
yeah.
dad.
What is this?
Okja.
Okja?
Do you remember the part of the exhibit where like that
A
big
huge head.
of like the pig looking like bulldog looking thing?
I don't think we went over there.
You didn't see that
What?
big ass thing?
It was a huge ass like just the face of a
Where you-
this like weird animal.
Yeah, like when you go to like you can't help but see.
I was
Like,
gonna say it's in your face.
it's very big.
That's what she said. I don't know if I'd probably have to see a picture.
I'm sure. Yeah, but
Okay.
you'd be like, oh yeah, this is like it's pretty
Probably,
huge. But
yeah.
yeah.
Because I just remember going to go watch the thing and the cinematography thing next to the visual theater.
yeah.
Oh, right out there.
Yeah,
okay.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Well, no, because honestly, like we were in that damn thing, the visual theater,
Yeah.
for a good minute.
Yeah.
And we went into one actually that was really creepy, and this was actually pretty fucking funny. So we went to like the Marvel one, right? And some guy wanted me to take a picture of like him and Spider-Man. Took the picture, and then in that they have like these visual theaters where you can go in and sit down. And so me and Josh go in there. It is completely fucking dark. It is literally.
Is it the Dolby one where it's like just the red light?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All there is just a red light,
And
that's
dim.
and that's the only thing you see.
Yeah.
In my mind, me and Josh are the only two people in there.
Oh,
because
yeah,
we
yeah,
walked in there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we walk in, and I see Josh sit down. Right, I can see like his silhouette.
Or so
sit
you
down.
think.
So I sit down, right, sitting in there.
He's
and-
there on somebody's lap.
damn near, right? So we're sitting in there. I'm like, okay, this shit is getting kind of weird because
Yeah.
nothing's really happening. It's
No,
just more
nothing happens.
sound.
Yeah.
And then I see like some feet get up and walk the fuck right out in front of me.
Like fucking Slender Man. just
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, oh, okay, Josh left. But then I look to my right and Josh is fucking sitting there, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, and I said,
Ghost of Cinema.
and I said, And I said to Josh, I was like, "Wait, somebody else was in here?"
Can you imagine? It's like, it's just Martin Scorsese.
Right? He just fucking scurries out. Yeah, that shit was scary though.
That's
'Cause I
crazy.
was like, "Who the fuck?" is
Yeah,
that?"
apparently, like if you before you went in, it was like just don't bring out any lights. It's supposed to be like that because you're supposed to kind of like use your imagination, hear the sounds, and let it take you. Whatever. But they were like saying like but be careful because like it's so dark and you can't see like where you're going or if anybody's in there. Don't trip. And, yeah.
And okay.
I'm just glad I didn't say anything like super crazy, because they would have been like, "Get this guy out of here."
Like Jamal, I know Jamal probably would have been like, "Man, this is a good place to get ahead of yourself."
Oh,
Probably. Knowing your ass.
And then that guy just gets us like security.
or he just starts giving me.
Oh my goodness!
All right.
But no, there are other great exhibits too,
Yes,
such as the Barbie Anna Karenina
The
one.
Barbie one was really awesome.
Barbie one was pretty cool. You didn't like that one?
That shit was trash.
Wow.
Anything with women.
No.
I
Listen,
thought it was cool. I like seeing the set design, little miniatures, and like costume designs and all that. I think it was cool.
it was better than the Cyberpunk one.
Cyberpunk one was a little
was
disappointing. I agree.
small.
That
yeah.
was very disappointing.
I mean, it's a niche genre anyway, in a way. So I get it why it's not as like extravagant as it could have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like that was a little disappointing. But I still like seeing like the OG Tron suit in person and the Videodrome helmet. That was cool.
Your favorite one,
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah. Bong Joon-ho. Yes.
Bong Joon-ho,
Yes.
obviously.
Absolutely.
Yours,
My favorite would probably be, probably like the Barbie one because is that the one that had all the costumes as well, like all the different colors?
Yeah, the costume.
Or no, the one that had that focused on like colors and all that, the color schemes and.
Yeah, it was in there.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
then that one.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way they showed the color palettes and everything. And all that, yeah. And the little Pixar one,
that one's cool.
that was really
That was
cool. Where it
really
was like
cool.
that little what do you call it? What's the name for it?
Like a carousel almost thing.
Yeah, like a carousel. Yeah. Oh, the Zoetrope.
There you go.
Zoetrope.
Zoetrope. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was called. And yeah, it was like a bunch of like miniatures of the Toy Story characters, and like you spin around fast enough, it'll create like a moving image.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen like the
horse.
the horse, the guy on the horse, and it's like a picture, it's like moving.
They had that in
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So yeah, but that was really cool to see in person. Like, I have a video that kind of looks crazy because it probably get people seizures about like. But yeah, it's like really cool. And then we went to the gift shop. and
Well,
that's
hold
where
on, Josh. What was your favorite
Oh yeah.
part of it? Well, Josh thinks.
Yeah, what Josh thinks.
But yeah, we went to the gift shop. That was cool. We picked up some stuff, including the Oscar light up thing here.
And the white shot.
Yeah,
Dang.
there we go.
We would like to.
Right
The
there.
Academy would like to thank Valentina
Yes.
for that.
And her husband.
No, this her. She bought it.
Who suggested
Boys in
getting
the
it?
Hood.
But it is, yeah,
I
yeah.
would agree. I think for me, like Boys in the Hood.
That was second my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, like that one. That one kind of hit home,
Mm-hmm.
and like that one was just kind of like, all right, like yeah, we can fucking make some shit. So,
Mhm.
Girls in the Hood would be
Yeah.
dope.
Rest in yeah, girls in the hood.
All right.
That'd be interesting. I'm sure people say woke, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, who cares? But yeah, rest in peace, John Singleton for sure. But
Oh, he died?
John Singleton?
I'm kidding.
God. Anyways, yeah, after we went to the gift shop, bought some stuff, we went to eat, and then after that, we went to a bookstore called Larry Edmonds. And Larry Edmonds is a place where you can buy all kinds of like film books and all that stuff, but like their specialty is selling scripts.
Yes.
Yeah, they sold a lot of the scripts. I bought a Nora, the script for Nora, Mulholland Drive, and Black Klansman.
I should have had the ones that I bought down here
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
table.
Mhm.
I bought the pilot Breaking Bad. I wonder why. I bought the pilot to Stranger Things.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder why. And then I bought Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
There we go. Breakfast Club, the full
Nice.
script. I wonder
Yeah.
why.
Oh.
So
What did you get, John? What did you get, Jonathan?
I just got the script for Interstellar in like a script form because I didn't know this, but I learned over there that Josh was telling me that a lot of the Christopher Nolan scripts get turned into books.
They do,
and then they just you can read them that way. But I was like, I'll just take the script form. I'm good with
I
that.
don't need the book.
Yeah, I'll get other books.
It's better to have it in script form anyway.
Yeah. Get used
I think
to
for
it that
me,
way.
like that was one of the big kind of things I was looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Just to like get a script like that and study it and read it. And,
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty fun. Then we saw the Walk of Fame.
Yeah, we walked
Some
down
stars.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
See the Walk of Fame. We got to go to the Chinese theater
Yes.
to watch a very famous landmark in LA.
And
yeah,
then
then we saw Ballerina, starring Ana de Amas.
Why can't you go to close up to Alec because you said it? Thank you.
Yeah, we watched the new John Wick universe film. I guess we're gonna call it that. I don't know. The Wickverse.
The Wickverse. I like the Wickverse.
Yeah, this is a spin-off to the John Wick films, and it's set between 3 and 4.
spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Okay.
Spoiler.
There we go.
Spoiler.
But yeah, spoiler alert for Ballerina. But yeah, she's the daughter of another assassin, and he was killed because of like this cult-like organization
Of assassins.
Yeah, of assassins, and very interesting to put into this movie. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, then she grows up to work for live in another organization where it's just like mainly like ballerinas and like Russian.
I always think of like the Russian mob. Almost.
Yeah, kind of like Russian mob, kind of vibe to it. But yeah, that's also where John Wick was trained as a child, and then she kind of goes through the ranks, and then all of a sudden, her past basically comes back to haunt her in a way, and then she discovers things about herself that she didn't know before, and she got to fight like hell to survive because, like, yeah, she goes through the ringer.
Yeah.
And just as much as John Wick does in his movies. But yeah, what did you guys think of it as like kind of like the first like real John Wick spinoff?
I enjoyed it. And not just because what's the name's in it.
Yeah. Very beautiful woman.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I think it, like you said, I think it's a good entry into the Wickverse. I don't think it blows.
Baba Yaga Symmetry.
I couldn't read it, so I was waiting for Alec to say it.
The Baba Yaga.
Jamal's like, I'm not even gonna bother reading it.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
I can't even say Bong Joon Ho.
Shit, right?
I'm sorry. You were saying.
Hey, I saw like a lot of letters on that first one. I was like, shit.
Oh fuck. But yeah.
But no, I think it's a good entry into the Wickverse.
Yeah.
I think Anna, she played it pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
she was very believable, and like I don't think there was ever a point where I was like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like with John Wick, you really have to be able to buy in.
Yeah.
And we also failed to mention we watched it in 4D.
Yes.
So that was my first time watching a movie in 4D. Alec, I know you have experience in Jonathan, you as well. Josh, was that your first time in 4D? No. Okay, so I was a newcomer. I think that was probably Val's
that was her first time.
too.
Yeah.
I heard you got in trouble for that.
My man
I don't want to
chewed
get too.
out.
Man.
I don't want to get too in trouble for that, but I mean too into that. But I can like talk about that too.
You almost gave her seizures.
Well, we'll get into it a little bit later.
So for those of you that don't know what 4D is like it's interactive, shit is moving, right? And so in this one, whenever like a light would flash, they would flash a light in the theater, right?
Yeah.
Every gunshot.
Every gunshot.
Not every, but like every other gunshot.
I think like
probably.
if they shoot it like towards the camera, you'd get like a wind kind of by your head. This shit was cool, like, then at one point some water fucking hits you in your face and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the seat is moving. Like it's some weird shit going on.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Something's happening down here, hitting
Putting
your
my legs.
Shit.
Yeah.
You got like a little finger
Right?
like
Like, who-
poking at you.
It's like some kid, like some intern
Yeah.
under your seat. Right under your seat.
Keanu, no.
Stop. I'm gonna fucking curse stomp you. and so it adds like a whole new kind of element to the movie.
Yeah.
I think it was, like I said, I think it was a good entry. The one kind of thing that I felt was lacking, and I felt like they kind of rushed it, was the sister storyline.
Absolutely. I'm trying to agree.
I feel like that's a missed opportunity that they're probably going to look back and be like, damn, we left a lot on the table that they could have done.
That's enough for a trilogy.
100%.
I would say, yeah.
100%. And I feel like everything in that, like I enjoyed the action part. They do some cool shit with like a flamethrower, which was pretty dope. But I feel like the sister reveal, it wasn't as impactful as it could have been.
Yeah.
And I feel like you know, they go into this house or in like the snow on a hill, and it's just them two in the house. And then like the sister is just kind of very nonchalantly emotionless, like, oh, yeah, I missed you. You're my sister.
You're my sister.
Like arms crossed and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, one, we didn't even get like a big like battle between them to where we can see like, okay, they're evenly matched.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, she has some training, blah, blah, blah. It was just kind of like, you're my sister. I miss you for like whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
it like to me, and I don't know the actress name, but I felt like Anna gave like real good, like, you know, like, that's my dad, blah, blah, all that shit. She would like, the sister was just kind of, and then she, spoiler alert, and then she gets fucking killed.
Yeah, they yeeted a bunch of grenades into that little house.
Yeah.
And it explodes and she gets caught up in the debris.
And I'm thinking of that, and I'm like, man, like, if we would have got a cool fight scene between them, and then it comes out that like, you know, maybe they have the same, there's some kind of mark or something that they could see during the fight. I was like, wait a minute, what's that? That they both get from their dad or some shit.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like you said, like you can stretch that out 3 movies worth. And now it's like you don't have to just rely on Anna. You can have like this cool little sister dynamic of them just going through and fucking shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like they rushed that, and I feel like it was supposed to be this big moment, and it was just very lackluster to me.
Yeah, I agree.
That's kind of like the one major knock I have on it. I also think showing John Wick, and Josh said this. I think showing John Wick in the beginning lost the impact of what it could have been that very first time we see him walk off the train.
Yeah, because they have like a second reveal of him coming off the train, which is like a lot more cinematic and stuff. And the first
That one was
like,
better.
And then John Wick is just kind of like walking downstairs, like, I'm here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, okay.
And then,
John's here.
And the crazy part is too, like, that wasn't even Keanu.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell because he wasn't fucking like, he didn't have the signature bow leg.
Yeah.
It was just some random fucking like double, looks like. But I feel like that was a missed opportunity. I feel like, you know, you can show them seeing John walk down. We don't need to see him.
Yeah.
We get the idea of like, okay, yeah, that's John Wick. But then I think when that train door is open and it's like, oh shit, it's the boogeyman.
Yeah.
And it's like that. I think that would have been more impactful. But I give it a mid. Like I said, I think it's a good entry. I think she did great. There were some good action scenes in there, and yeah, I think she was the right choice for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
I really enjoyed it. Well, I enjoyed it for the most part. I kind of agree with Jamal in the sense of like they kind of did her sister dirty and like didn't really like explore her character as much as they could have. And like you said, a missed opportunity because if they ever want to like continue on this trilogy or whatever, they could definitely use them both. You know, maybe getting revenge or maybe starting their own stuff. Kind of like what I thought Black Widow and Florence Pugh, like how they could have continued on something with them too, but didn't happen. That's what I think could have happened with this universe as well. The thing with John Wick is I think the reason why we saw him at first was just kind of like this is why they know each other, whatever. So when we bring him back later for the actual reveal, whatever, it's it's not like how do you guys know each other? Yeah. But again, I don't think that's a fair excuse, or like they could have just done something way better or something like that, and maybe just talked about it instead of actually showing it. I don't know. That's just me personally, right? As far as the experience, I've never, because the last one I've seen in 4DX was Furiosa, and that one was interesting because it was like, I felt like you were in a motorcycle and you would feel like the rumbling of the motorcycle and all that, or the vehicles.
Yeah.
For this one, it was more action, so it was like, it felt interesting in the sense of like that theater had a different 4DX experience than the ones that are here in the Bay. Especially the one in the Regal Cinema, the one here in
got
Dublin.
like a
That's the one
different
I've been to.
via 40X company.
Okay.
40 company. Yeah.
So one thing I didn't like was that I made this joke with Valve, like this the one in LA kind of like it kept like it kept hold on
Whoa.
wait
Whoa.
That came out
Wait,
of nowhere.
Jesus.
wait
You need to censor yourself.
because
About to say, like that episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where you had the fist.
the Mac, the Mac. That's literally what it felt like when I was like sitting. And that's like, I'm not gonna lie, that's what also kind of like scared my wife too, because she kept on like every time she saw something was happening, she was like, I have to get up, because the back ones were okay. Like when they were hitting like the back, I was like okay. But when it just felt uncomfortable because that's not what we're used to here in the Bay. So I'm like,
well, I was like, yeah, I'm sure that would feel very uncomfortable.
so I was very against the flashes. I don't think the flashes were very necessary or that necessary. Sometimes I'm like,
No, I don't think
I can't even.
The back,
Wait, what?
back shots. The back shots. Are really good.
I was gonna say the flashes kind of felt unnecessary because there was a certain point where I was like, I can't even see the screen anymore because of how bright those lights were. The flashes were
crazy bright.
And
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell is going on?
like the room lit up.
Yeah. It felt like somebody turned on all the lights in the theater or some shit for a second. But I enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the film. I think Ana de Armas did her thing. She portrayed the character really well. And I was gonna say I would like to see maybe more of that in the universe and or in that universe as well in that her story. But I would give it a mid peak. I would give it a mid peak. I enjoyed it a little more than a mid movie. But yeah,
Actually, I'll give my mid peak too.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's it for mine. Oh, and the reason why I almost got in trouble or why I got chewed out was because it was just very overstimulating for a first timer. If I were to had said something beforehand, they maybe could have prepared for it mentally. But okay, there you go. On to Alec.
Thank you for that, Jonathan. That was beautiful. Anyways, yeah,
Very eloquently.
but yeah, I did enjoy the movie. Yeah, I 100% agree with Jamal with the whole sister thing. I feel like that could have been an interesting aspect of the film to focus on, that rather than bring John Wick in, just to have like more people watch it.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it's there for, really. And I did hear like this movie had a lot of reshoots beforehand, and I don't know how much of it was changed. Besides, like, because I know the original director Chad Stahelski came back and directed some action scenes. I don't know how many of them he did. But yeah, maybe that played a part. Maybe adding more Keanu was part of the reshoots. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that the whole sister thing added a whole new dimension to this franchise that could have like made it more unique, separate from the main John Wick films.
Yeah.
And then also I do like the idea of like a cult like assassin base. I feel like that could have been explored more as well, a little bit more. Cause I like that idea. Being like kind of like this renegade like organization, they're like doing some weird shit that other people don't really fuck with. Like, I don't know, they could be doing some blood cult shit, bro. They could have got him for it.
Yeah.
Could have shot for the stars with that one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, that was interesting, and Ana de Armas did a great job in the film. Yeah, I know, and yeah, I believe she was like very believable. There's like certain points where she doesn't have the face of a killer though.
Yeah.
It's like she has a very she has these big brown eyes, very cute face.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't really really feel like she would kill me. She doesn't have that killer instinct. Probably like someone like I would say like Anya Taylor-Joy has like, and especially because I just saw like why do you say it like that?
Stop.
Because I rewatched Furiosa last night. She had a
Yeah.
lot of phases where she's like, I will fucking kill you. I will end your life. Like, shit, like I believe like she's gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like
Do some damage.
Sorry. I had a little criticism of your girl, but
No, you know what we need?
yeah,
Celebrity deathmatch.
bring that back.
Wait, did you mute me? Oh, did I? Oh, my bad. I muted myself. Celebrity deathmatch.
Yeah,
This will solve everything.
like IRL or just like the
Solution.
anime, like
I mean, IRL would be.
we're gonna watch Ana de Armas die on screen.
Oh, no, we would not. No, we would not. So,
Anyways, yeah, but yeah, that's my little critique. But I still think that she did a really good job for it. And yeah, I don't think Keanu was needed in the movie at all. Really, he was just there just because like, oh, John Wick is here.
yeah.
And
He's getting old, man.
he's getting old. He's like those legs are looking, those knees are looking spindly.
The his action stuff wasn't as crisp.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can tell his heart wasn't in it as much
Yeah.
as the other films. Like he's there for a paycheck, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you guys feel like we need John Wick 5?
No, absolutely not.
No.
No.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
You can make like I know that this piss off a bunch of people because it's not Keanu, but like you can make a young John Wick prequel. You
That'd
wanna
be dope.
continue that way, yeah.
I do want to see how like his adventures look beforehand.
Yeah, like a young
So-
man. Yeah,
It's also like it's the Continental, so you
Yeah.
can literally just pick.
yeah,
any,
whole world.
Yeah.
And I know they're making a spinoff for Donnie Yen's character from the last movie, the blind guy,
Yeah.
I'd like to see a black character.
the black guy. Oh yeah, that's the black guy from the last movie.
Yeah, that dude,
Yeah,
right?
the one with the dog.
The one with the dog,
They can make
yeah.
a movie about him.
He'd be dope.
He'd be cool. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
his skill set.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do so many characters and make them into a movie. But we'll see what happens.
I kind of
I'll give it a mid. By the way, that's my rating.
Mid?
For it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The
Yeah.
action scenes were great. The flamethrower scene was ridiculous in the best way.
yeah.
It was like it had the like early 2000s ass action movie kind of vibe to it. And yeah, it was like we just need to put more respect on Mission Impossible 2. That's what I was thinking the entire time.
Is that from?
No, it's not. It's like the Mission Impossible 2 is like extremely over the top
Oh, okay.
in his actions, especially like the last like hour of it. It's like insane. And yeah, but like that kind of like ridiculousness, I feel like was fun to put into a John Wick movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say it because I forgot to say it, but my favorite scene from that film was actually the
plate
grenade.
Oh.
Grenades.
Oh, the
scene,
grenade
'cause
stuff?
That
That was
was the
cool.
first time I've ever seen them actually do stuff with grenades. Because grenades is just you chuck it,
Yeah.
done. But she actually like
People
did a lot with it.
get decimated in,
Yes.
in this movie. They explode.
Yes.
It's very cartoony.
Yeah.
But it's also really fun.
I wonder if that was on purpose to like kind of drift away from John Wick
Yeah.
and like okay we don't want people to automatically think John
Exactly.
Wick, even though he's in the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That set her apart for sure, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see more of it. I think she's a good choice. I do wish they would have stuck with the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could have stretched that out a little bit.
Especially with how the film ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially how it ends. Like imagine like both of them like going off
On
together
the run, yeah.
and having to kill this guy.
Mhm.
That would have been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what else is interesting? To wake somebody's ass up, we now need to get to
Today in film history.
It's me, John Wick. I'm to deliver film history. All right, y'all. Today we're gonna do some film history. On today, June 15th, 2005, the good old year 2005, Batman Begins, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Christian Bale, Liam Neeson, Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, Katie Holmes, and Cillian Murphy, was released worldwide in theaters. Do you have any memories of watching this movie?
I know Jamal does.
Actually, it's funny because I skipped this one originally.
Oh wow!
And I just went straight to
Dark Knight Rises?
The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that like this was part of the trilogy, right?
It is, yeah.
Until I went and I watched all three. They were doing a triple showing?
Yeah, triple showing. I guess. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, trifecta, we'll call it. Of all three Batmans.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was the longest time I've ever spent at a theater.
I was gonna say, I'd
these are all
imagine.
like what 2.5 hour movies?
It
at most?
was insane. I didn't leave the theater until probably like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, what time did it start?
It had to have started at maybe like
the evening, huh?
like 6 or 7
Yeah.
or something like that.
So, okay, question, because I've always kind of wanted to try something like that before, but okay, how does it work? So, say one movie finishes, do they give you a break time or
Yeah.
something like that, or
Yeah.
like?
So one movie plays, and then it's a little intermission, and then but it's not a long one, and then it just goes straight into the next one.
No trailers or anything?
no.
When you, okay,
No.
okay,
It's they play the trailers before,
yeah.
and then it's Batman Begins. That ends. You got maybe like 5 minutes, if that.
To refill your popcorn, your soda,
go
whatever.
Go get more stuff. They play Dark Knight, another intermission, and then it goes straight into Dark Knight Rises.
Do they do the credits and everything from like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Insane.
Wow.
But yeah, so I'd have to watch this one again.
Yeah.
So then I could kind of rank it. But I mean, this is the start of a really good trilogy here, though.
Yeah, and this is like I do remember distinctly seeing this in theaters, and back in the day, back before they closed down that theater by my house.
Oh, that one.
They closed down the Regal by my house, and
that used to be a Regal.
Yes, it used to be
The one that's like by the McDonald's.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Across the street from McDonald's, the greatest
Wow.
theater ever made. And but yeah, I remember seeing it in that theater, and I was like really big into Batman at that point. And yeah, I just remember like being like engrossed by like how different it was compared to like the more, because before then it was like more cartoony.
Yeah.
And like less serious than
It's like the George Clooney was the last one before that.
yeah, George Clooney that killed the Batman franchise for a good
That's
couple of
so
years.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that movie was so bad. No, it's not peak. But no, Joshua. But no, but yeah, they was like that Batman and Robin was the
Yes.
film that George Clooney was in.
When did that one come out?
97.
That's so crazy. Like when you
Big
like,
year for me.
well, it's your year.
Yeah, it's my year.
But like when you think about that, right?
Yeah.
Like 97 was the last Batman movie until 2005.
Yeah, that's a pretty big gap, especially for like a superhero movie nowadays. Like you probably get like, I mean, we got like 3 different Spider-Mans in the span of like 4 years.
Yeah.
Like my
Oh,
birthday.
your birthday.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
nice.
But yeah,
Batman and Robin. That's why it's your favorite movie.
That's why you think it's peak. Only reason.
but nah, but yeah, that came out, and then like this kind of like coming off as a kind of like a weird, not weird, but renaissance of like kind of grittier movies. I would say like probably like something like the Bourne franchise, the Jason Bourne movies. They like kind of like giving us more like grittier action films, more like shaky cam handheld stuff, you know. And then like that, and then like Batman Begins was kind of like the beginning of like, oh, okay, we can make superhero movies like more realistic.
Yeah.
And dark and stuff. So yeah, then like that kind of translated to like Casino Royale, the James Bond. That kind of like kind of like followed like a similar
Thank
structure.
you. That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
I remind me before we go to Jon Burgundy.
What, Casino Royale?
Just continue, Alex. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like kind of like our generation's Batman in a way.
Yeah.
This is our guy. Yeah, this is a really good movie. Sometimes I would rank it like someday I would rank it above The Dark Knight just because I like the story of seeing like Batman become Batman, you know. And I feel like this is the movie where I felt like they fully understood who Batman is. I feel like kind of lost track in the sequels, and Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises became more about the villains than anything. But yeah, I think, and I also think Gotham looked a lot better in this movie as well. It's kind of more stylized compared to like then the next movie just basically becoming Chicago. This doesn't look like Chicago at a certain point in the Dark Knight stuff and the rest of the Dark Knight movies. And yeah, I just really like the story and like seeing like 3 different villains and 2 in one movie. And yeah, it's a really good movie that I would recommend for anybody to watch that hasn't seen it yet. Yeah.
Cool.
What about you, John?
You know me. I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan. I enjoyed.
Boy, are you?
Huh?
Boy, are you? You bought a script.
Yeah, I bought his Interstellar script. Thick script.
2 C's.
which is your favorite movie?
Yes, Interstellar. Or you mean? Are you saying which one of these Batman?
No. I'm saying Interstellar.
Oh yeah. Of course.
We'll get to that one day.
Yes, we'll get to that episode one day. But for now, I believe I did watch the first Batman movie in theaters. Because for the life of me, I think for the majority of the time I thought I didn't, but I think I did watch it because at the time my older brother Edwin was like, "Hey, there's a new Batman movie coming out. We should watch it in theaters." Because we would always watch these superhero movies in theaters like Spider-Man and all them. So we're like, let's watch the Batman movie. We're like, okay. We didn't think much of it. We're watching it. I'm like, oh damn, this is like Alex said, very like gritty, very like realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh man, what is going on? But I fell in love with it. I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I heard spoiler alert, I guess for years later, but the Joker, they announced the Joker was going to be in the second one, or
20
the villain.
years later.
Yeah,
To the day.
Joker was going to be the villain for the next one, and then we were like, yeah, we have to come back and watch all the next one in theaters and all that.
Yeah,
it was really good.
history, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, and also the score for the movie, Hans Zimmer's score for these movies is badass. It was like dun 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 dun.
Yeah. And Nolan, man, like he fucking put his foot in this one. Like all 3 of them.
This is like his first blockbuster, like legit, like big movie too, because he did like Memento and like Insomnia beforehand, and he was getting cozy up with Warner Brothers, and they were like, "Hey, you want to do our Batman movie?" And
No,
like,
but sure.
yeah, sure.
If you let me do Inception.
Yeah, no, that was like Dark Knight, like the Dark Knight. That was before Inception.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, that was like his only like keynote for like doing the Dark Knight, being like, "Can I do Inception? Can I do this little script?"
Yeah, I have this over here.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
My question, we were talking about this. That's film history, by the way.
Yeah, it's been film history.
We were talking about this before we rolled.
Yeah.
We were talking about Glenn Powell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
How he was in the last one?
No.
Oh.
He was in Dark Knight Rises,
Yeah.
And so my question was, right, we were talking about like what he's doing and stuff. Could you see him as James Bond?
Fuck no.
Okay.
He's a British man.
Okay.
Glenn
Or at least
Powell?
from the UK. No. Like Glenn Powell's like very much American.
Okay.
You don't think you can fake an
Sorry
accent?
for my violent like
I mean,
You don't think you can fake an accent?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean he could do an accent, but it wouldn't sound good.
okay, but how about this? Take out that he's a British man, right? And I mean, because they're talking about he might be black. They were talking about.
Whoa, hold on. I mean, I'm not.
Whoa!
Hold the fuck up!
Whoa!
Black!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stop you at the.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like whoa. Hey, let's hold the brakes here.
Slow down.
I was gonna say
James
Be British and black. Okay, I'm just saying. Take all that out. Right?
Wait, hold on, because I want to talk about the British thing. What is it? Brosnan? What's his name?
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan. He's not.
No, I'm
British.
just saying like someone like from the UK. You know,
Oh, okay, like in that like European.
I mean, like, even like Sean
okay.
Connery, the very first Bond was Scottish. You know.
Okay,
But-
okay.
But someone that with that
Gotcha.
flavor.
Gotcha.
Take all that out of the
Yeah.
equation. Boom.
Okay, all of it is out.
What do you
thrown
think?
out.
Do you just think he would be a good one or no? Like he has the looks.
Yeah, he got the look. I just don't think he just looks very American to me. Like, and then he has the accent. He doesn't really have an accent, but he has the American accent. It's like I just feel like it wouldn't.
Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, basically just Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible.
So
like I can see him like taking over for Tom Cruise for Mission Impossible eventually, maybe.
okay.
Like that's probably the closest we're gonna get.
That'd
to
be pretty
James
cool.
Bond, but I wouldn't say not for James Bond.
You think he could be like a gym teacher? Is what you're saying? Because he looks very American.
Sure, he could be a gym teacher. He could play a gym teacher.
Well,
If you don't know, this is Jamal's like insulted face right now.
I
How
don't.
dare you duke him by James Bond?
No,
How dare you not agree with me?
it was just something I
Like-
was thinking about.
There has never been an American that played James Bond before.
But maybe
For good reason, maybe.
He could be
maybe
the first one.
maybe one day there may be an American, and maybe that box office number
The
might
Brits would lose their shit.
that box.
Well, Amazon Prime has it now, right?
Yeah,
Amazon
it
Prime.
does.
And Jeff Bezos will be like, "Fuck that British shit. Let's put an American on there."
The Brit that's one of the last things they have.
Yeah. Well,
That's their Superman.
well, you know what?
They have that in Doctor Who.
God damn it, Alec! I am trying to do a segue to the fucking Jon Burgundy.
This is the news.
Jon Burgundy.
Jon Burgundy.
Jon Burgundy.
This is news with Jon Burgundy.
Bitches. All right, what we got there?
Oh, that was
We got
my
there.
stomach.
my stomach hurt.
Okay, welcome back, y'all. So let's get on with the show. We're gonna start off with box office reports. We got number one, Lilo and Stitch coming in at 32.4 million. They are killing it at the box office still. We got number two, Ballerina, coming in at 24.5 million, doing pretty solid. Almost right there with Lilo and Stitch, even though Lilo and Stitch has been there a little bit longer. We got Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, coming in at 14.8 million. Look at that upside down plane, pretty cool. Then we got number four, Karate Kid Legends, coming in at 8.6 million. And then number five, Final Destination Bloodlines at 6.4 million. Do we got any
I
thoughts?
love that Final Destination poster.
That's a cool one.
I kept it.
That
for you.
poster is so dope, man.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, what about that Karate Kid one? It looks pretty dope too.
The Daniel San and Mr.
Daniel
Han.
San, yeah.
And Karate Boy. Didn't you confuse somebody for Karate Kid like a Korean?
Wait, what are you talking about? No, I don't
I
know.
heard you did it.
No, that's not. No. Anyways, and we can look back at the box office reports. What do you guys think about Lilo and Stitch still beating Ballerina, even though that was Ballerina's like box office?
I mean, I'm not
opening?
surprised.
Yeah, that
It's
makes sense.
Ballerina's
Really?
an R-rated movie. And,
it's summer.
literally, yeah, it's summer, school, kids are out. They're all going to try to check out Lilo and Stitch. And, yeah, definitely more four-quadrant film, as they call it.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that it beat it.
They won't be up there for long though.
Mm.
Not with what's coming in July.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no, yeah. That definitely,
James got something for them
gonna be gone.
kids.
Oh, I could see Jurassic World having a strong opening.
I mean, we got like movies like 28 years later coming out this
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh snap! That's this Friday, huh?
Yeah, and then
Is
F1
Jamal watching it?
is coming out this month as well. So that
Oh hell
definitely
yeah!
gonna
I'm
take
excited
out.
for F1.
F1 looks pretty.
F1, that trailer we saw during Ballerina was really cool. That was really good.
F1. I feel like F1 is probably gonna be up there for a while. Well, it'll be up there until like Superman comes out.
Yeah.
I think Jurassic. If I'm thinking
Jurassic
about
comes
it,
out
first, right?
Yeah, first. Yeah, so that's
So
good.
I would say F1, Jurassic, and then when Superman comes out, obviously Superman's gonna be up there for a while.
Because
Blow everybody out of the
Formula
water.
One's like really a big deal, like
Yeah.
internationally
Yeah.
for sure. So
Wow.
People love that shit.
they really do.
They shut down Vegas for that,
Yeah,
which is insane.
yeah, exactly.
And then what? Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Karate Kid?
No.
I'm gonna watch it on Tuesday. I was gonna watch it last week, but I got busy that day. But I'm gonna try to watch it this Tuesday. And
I might try to watch
Jurassic is gonna dominate.
it. Okay.
I
for that week,
I wouldn't be, but I wouldn't be surprised though. Because if you look at it, right, we've had more, and yeah, they haven't been good, but we've had more Jurassic Parks, Jurassic Worlds than like Superman, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
That
overall,
makes sense.
Yeah. So I could see people like I feel like Jurassic Park is one of those where it's just like you're gonna go see it because it has that factor. Each Jurassic $1 billion. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe people are not interested in it this time, but I feel like they've been burned. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it made $1 billion because obviously the track record. But I don't know. Is it coming out during a busier month?
I was gonna say that's the only thing that's gonna be tough.
Because usually they come out by themselves. Like the whole month is dedicated to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this is a busier month.
So do you think, looking at it, do you think they should have came out in June?
This month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
Like the start of June.
Yeah.
Like, this is the entry into the summer blockbuster. We'll start with Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Should have gotten.
But yeah, I wouldn't be
start.
surprised if it made $1 billion. But I'm like, I don't know. I haven't seen as much hype around it as previous ones, and I feel like people are kind of like burnt out from the last ones being stinkers.
I was gonna say, do you think
Dinosaur fatigue?
Do you think they're trying to do like the Barbenheimer type thing, even though it's not the same day, but they're trying to capitalize on like?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
They're
hey.
the month of
Yeah.
cinema, basically. Yeah. A blockbuster. Yeah, I don't know what they'll call it. Ass fan man.
Jurassic man.
Fantastic man. Fantastic man. I don't know.
Fantastic Jurassic
This is why they don't
man.
hire me to
Jaruper 4.
Yeah, Jaruper 4.
Jaruper 4.
Ass-tastic 4.
Super jazz-tastic. Super
Jurastic.
Yeah, that was not bad.
Super Jurastic.
Well, shit, you got it. What did doesn't Eddington come out in there?
Yeah, it's like smudge. Like
So now you got to add Eddington in there. Super Eddington.
That movie gonna make a hot dog.
Oh, so we're not getting a sequel for that one.
We're not gonna get Eddington 2, Back to Eddington.
But we may be getting a sequel.
I think it's more like a spinoff. But okay.
Well, it's
Twice Upon a Time in Hollywood is what I'm calling it. In a surprise development that has film fans buzzing, David Fincher is reportedly working on a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel for Netflix, which will be titled The Continuing Adventures of Cliff Booth. The script is written by original director Quentin Tarantino, and details are still under wraps. But sources suggest the project will explore the aftermath of the Manson family crimes through new characters and an original narrative featuring Booth as a Hollywood fixer. The film will see the return of Brad Pitt as Cliff Booth and has already added a new cast members in Elizabeth Debicki, Scott Caan, and Scott Kahn, sorry.
Scotty from Entourage.
Oh, wow. And Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
Yeah.
No official release date yet, if Leonardo DiCaprio will return as Rick Dalton. But do we think of not only making a sequel to Quentin?
Damn, John.
Sorry, but having it directed by a filmmaker with a very different style is a good thing.
I say fuck that and give us another season of Mindhunter.
You like Mindhunter?
That's Mindhunter is very good.
Mindhunter is amazing.
That's a show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never. I mean, I've like heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It's Fincher's show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. What do you think, Alec?
I don't know, because it's kind of weird because the news about a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that came out like on April Fool's Day.
Mm-mm.
So everybody's kind of like, okay, like Once
fake.
Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel directed by Fincher. Sure, okay.
For
that's gonna
Netflix,
happen.
too.
But Netflix is like, no, thank you. Not even no, thank you. Just like, okay, this is not real.
Yeah.
But then but the next couple of days, they started adding more to it. Like, oh shit, this is real. Being like, oh, this is actually being made. But I'm not sure how a Fincher directed of a Tarantino script would be. That's kind of like hard to imagine because they have such different styles, you know.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna find out. Yeah, for sure. I can't imagine like Fincher like directing Tarantino's dialogue. You know. Like that just seems weird to me to think about.
Hey, I'm just saying. We know he likes to throw the N word around.
Oh my.
What, Fincher?
No, Tarantino. Yeah, like is Quentin gonna be like, hey, Finch, I need my feet shot in there?
I mean, my feet. And then the classic, iconic
Right?
look.
Like,
And I'm also surprised he's allowed Netflix to do it.
yes.
Because I feel like Tarantino's like a full blown theatrical guy.
yeah.
Like no theatrical, and that's it. Like no other option.
But I think they will do a theatrical release still, like they always do with Netflix.
I mean, like for like what, like
Uh,
3 days,
Yeah, I don't know.
like limited.
But it's
screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't The Killer come out on Netflix?
Yeah.
it did. Yeah, I mean, I saw it in theaters, but like I had to go like the butt fuck end of like San Francisco to watch it. So yeah, they'll play like a
Whoa. No Diddy. No. Man, I don't know. Hey, listen, it's kind of weird when I'm the clean one on the show.
True. Fair.
It's the heat. It's the heat.
But yeah, they played it like in like maybe like 2 theaters in San Francisco. So it's like, I don't know if you want to do it for a movie with starring like Brad Pitt and maybe DiCaprio coming back. Maybe, I'm not sure if he's going to return. But
I feel like if they haven't said anything by now, he's probably not coming back.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're working out some kind of deal with him to like, because I don't know. Usually Leo like required a high payment amount for his,
Understandable.
yeah.
Understandable.
So maybe they're working out a deal with him or something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm curious to see like how this turns out. And that was cool with this being like was one-off thing for sure too.
Yeah.
I was fine with that
I
too.
feel like, I don't think we really need
I
a
mean, we got the
sequel to
poster
it.
back there.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the poster one time in Hollywood above.
And that's one of
Jamal.
your favorite movies, right, John?
It was one of my favorite movies, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think we need a sequel to that?
I don't think we need it, but if they're giving it to me, I'm watching it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'll definitely watch it. Like Fincher and Brad Pitt back together. Like that's like
I was gonna say, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
combo team. It's just weird that they're doing it based off Tarantino's script. And a
Yeah,
sequel
that's
to, like,
that's the only
movie,
thing that like I'm like, I don't know. It's like having because David Fincher does definitely have his own style,
Mm-hmm.
and then like doing it the way that Quentin has written it, I'm like, how is that gonna look?
Yeah,
But
I'm
If
assuming it'll be set in the 70s too. I'm
yeah,
assuming,
it's still gonna continue. Yeah,
Mhm.
but if David and Quentin can work as well as you and Quinn, then we're in good hands.
Why you say it like that?
I was like, I was trying to remember. I was just Quinn.
Why? It was like an animatronic.
We're in good.
I don't know.
We're good
I
hands.
don't know where he was going with that.
It's kinda like, okay.
But I mean,
Yeah.
Warner Brothers. All right.
So the DCU updates are here, and they are hot, hot, hot. This past week, the Hollywood Reporter interviewed James Gunn as he gave fans a deeper look into the evolving DC universe, offering updates that have sparked plenty of excitement and speculation. He reaffirmed that the Batman 2 is still a major piece of the puzzle, calling it very important to DC's future despite delays. In newly released set photos, we got our first real look at the Justice Gang, featuring Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, and Metamorpho, who Gunn says are more like the Superman's work friends compared to his Daily Planet crew, while hinting that the Justice League does not exist just yet in this universe. And perhaps most excitingly, a new Wonder Woman solo film is officially back in development, with a script currently underway, separate from the Paradise Island series. Gunn closed the week by reminding fans that Superman, set to release in July 11th, remains the true launch point for the DC Universe's Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. What do we think of these developments, and should we be worried about the Batman 2?
I think as long as he doesn't try to do like a super universe thing here, I think
How describe? I mean, like, what do you mean by like?
like Marvel, where everything is just
I mean, he is doing a cinematic universe.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
that's what that's
I mean,
that's what
the
he's
DC
saying.
universe. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the whole.
I mean,
No, that's why. No, and that's why I wanted to clarify because I thought that's what you meant. I was gonna say that's literally what he's saying.
I mean, he's doing a DC. Yeah, I mean, as far at this current point in time, the
Yes.
Robert Pattinson Batman is not a part
of that.
that Superman, whatever he's doing with Superman, so far for right now. But that could change for all we know.
The Batman 2 is the one with Robert Pattinson,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, and he declared that was like set in a separate universe, what they call the Elseworld universe. I'm just saying, like, yeah.
No, I'm hearing what you're saying.
I just
He
don't
has
like.
a-
I
he
just
has
don't
a-
like hearing what you're
He
saying.
does have another Batman movie planned, but it has nothing to do with Robert Pattinson. It'll be most likely a new actor.
That's
right.
a little weird.
That'll be
Yeah.
into that universe that has Superman
Yeah.
in it.
All right, Gun.
I mean, he's got his own plans for his
Yeah, you
universe,
know.
and then
Okay.
the Batman was made before he was ever
Yeah.
part of it, so it's not
And-
like his fault.
and
No,
yeah,
he's
that's
gotta
right.
have a Batman. You
Yeah.
can't just like.
Warner Brothers love themselves a Batman.
Yeah, they
and
do.
A Superman,
That's their
so-
golden boy.
I get that.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to be like,
I don't think he'll get. I don't know. I mean, it is confusing looking at it, but I think people like know, like, especially how like we're kind of conditioned
Yeah, we're
to
already
like
conditioned.
separate universes and like cinematic universe. I feel like people know, okay, that's that Batman, and this is that Batman.
Yeah.
Like, and they look completely different. So
Jamal, we're cooked. Okay, Marvel already did away with us.
But
like we're enough for that. He's in a pretty fucked position.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like kind of.
but like,
weird.
why can't it just be like one universal crossover? where-
because I
let me,
think.
you didn't even let me
Oh,
finish.
okay.
Why can't it be like?
Because I'm sorry.
Why can't it be like one universal crossover where it's like we need to take down this big boss and we need
But
everybody.
would you like that though? Like, you're not really into it then.
Yeah,
Like that's not what you like though.
you're
right?
very against.
No. I'm saying like one movie.
One movie.
Yeah, not where it's like stretched out through like Wonder Woman's gonna fucking come in here, and then we got the Justice League now coming in. You know what I mean? They
I
just show up at like one movie.
I don't think that's what they're doing necessarily. Is more so. I feel like DC is like more of like a house of revolving ideas, where it's like, I feel like any filmmaker can pitch like an idea for a superhero movie, and they can like maybe after developing the script and everything, they can greenlight it. Like that Clayface movie that they're doing. It was like pitched by Mike Flanagan. And then they're like, "Oh, this is a good idea. Let's like make a Clayface movie now." And so people are kind of worried about the Batman too, because obviously a lot of people love the Batman.
Yeah.
And the Penguin was great.
Mm-hmm.
So people are wondering like if this is going to continue. They are going to continue it, and they're taking a while on that script. You know, of course, like gotta make sure that script's perfect. But it's been like what 3 years since.
I see what's happening.
Think it's good.
What's happening?
You think they're going to execute it?
I see what's happening. He's going to they're going to cut that one, and we're just going to get Gunn's Batman.
Maybe. I don't know.
He thinks he's slick.
Well, he's saying that's not gonna happen or supposed to happen, but
Well, how long
you're
has it
not.
been?
You're not eating it.
Huh?
How long has it been?
3 years
3
since
years.
the Batman, yeah, 2022.
Mm.
But we'll see. I don't know. Like,
I'm just saying, if you watch our previous episode, which you can go back and watch.
Exactly.
I boosted up James Gunn big time. I
And
don't
now?
want to have to come back in this episode of shit.
Oh no.
So
Well then,
I
don't.
don't know. I really don't know. It's like it's a whole lot of like it's kind of messy at this point to figure out what's going on, because obviously he was hired to create a new DC universe, and Matt Reeves made his Batman movie under the understanding that he can do his own separate universe,
Yeah.
and that's before all like James Gunn came in, and then like did the Flash come out?
The Flash
After or before
had-
Batman? I can't
I'm
remember.
gonna say after.
After Flash.
Okay, yeah. So after is like, so they were obviously like set on Batman being his own separate thing. So yeah, it's like so obviously the DC needs a Batman. The
That's
DC
true.
universe needs a Batman, and they need the Trinity. They need Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Like you can't really have this universe without those three. I don't feel like they're like trying to like I mean, they're making an interconnected universe, of course, but I don't think it's like Marvel, where it's like this movie does this movie
Yeah.
sets up this movie sets up that. This movie, no, I don't think they're doing that.
Okay.
From how he's talking about the universe, of course, this is all like, hopefully he keeps to his word.
Yeah.
and like actually like developing like scripts instead of like how Marvel, how we're seeing with Avengers right now, where it's like they're kind of just filming without like a complete script. And so far, a lot of these productions they've done for DC so far, like Superman, Supergirl, and so they're going in, and the Green Lantern show they're doing, like those all had scripts done before they even like thought of like casting. Yeah. So hopefully he keeps his word on those, and that can make for better films than Marvel has, because they're just kind of like doing whatever over there.
Yeah, it's not just a Chinese sweatshop of like writing scripts. It's like there's actual like this is handcrafted in America.
No, yeah. And James Gunn usually writes great scripts, so I would trust like the Superman movie has a great script as well.
Yeah, because it's handcrafted in America.
Handcrafted in America. Exactly, yeah. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Hopefully the Batman 2 happens. I would love to see Pattinson return.
Yeah, he's getting old though.
Yeah, he's like I'm pushing 40.
Yeah. gotta
I mean, he's one of those guys that like
he looks young though.
He can still play like a 32-year-old even when he's like 40 something.
Yeah.
Like most likely, yeah. Yeah, so we'll see.
That's also what AI is for now too. So.
God, we can also.
All right.
I mean, would it be crazy if, like, by the end of Superman movie, we just see like a little cameo from Batman as Pattinson?
No, I can see it.
You can see it.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, Batman. I mean, Superman's gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
I'll sneak what's the name in there?
Sneak him a little bit. What do you think, Jonathan?
I think I'm ready to take out this hat.
You can.
You didn't have to have it on
the Burgundy bit is about to be over. So.
Yeah. I bid you farewell.
Okay.
And then you put it back on.
Oh, wait, sorry.
None of your thoughts on it. Just like, I didn't take out my hat.
Okay. Now let me tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, I do want to finish seeing Robert Pattinson as the Batman. I think that series that universe that Matt Reeves has created is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And especially since he did expanded it more with the Penguin, the show, and all that, and then people are liking that as well.
Love that show. Yeah.
And so, I don't think I'm ready to see it end so soon.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Who knows? Maybe he's like Matt Reeves actually writing 2 scripts. Maybe one for Batman 2, Batman 3, just to like finish off the trilogy a little quicker.
That'd be crazy.
And film them back
Doing
to
a
back.
James Cameron.
Yeah, I mean, film them back to back. Yeah, I
Nice.
think that would be like a good way to like salvage a lot of time that's been missing since the first one. So
Yeah.
who knows?
I can see that.
Yeah,
Nice.
You know what I can see though?
yeah.
Yeah, I see it's time now to get to our top 5 list of who we think will be or could be
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman. Wow, look at that. Every episode, we get new graphics.
We do. This is a very cool one that Josh made.
Very nice.
Very
Thank you, Josh.
nice.
Clap
Showing-
that.
Showing different styles of Wonder Woman here.
Very nice.
Yeah,
She's got tats. I like that. I like that one.
that's the absolute Wonder Woman version.
Is that like the most meanest
Oh,
one?
That's the
I've heard about
latest
Absolute.
version. Yeah. Basically, it's like a universe where Darkseid created a universe where they're kind of like stripped of their of some of their
Ability.
typical origins,
Ah.
like typical origin foundations. Like Batman, like in this universe, Batman's not rich. Superman came to Earth when he was like a grown man, and doesn't have like the Fortress of Solitude or anything. And then Wonder Woman was like raised in hell, basically. So she got like some
wow.
like sorcery abilities with like and mixing sorcery and like demon shit. So yeah, she's pretty
you're all
badass. She's like
demons and
she basically all demons and shit. She basically guts from Berserk. If you ever seen that. Yeah, the big ass sword and everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so maybe they could take inspiration from that, or they'll probably go more traditional approach for Wonder Woman, because I feel like they're
Yeah.
gonna like create like the definitive versions of these characters in these movies, this universe. So
Well, we're gonna do a nice little fun thing here.
Okay.
I was
So-
like, you gotta explain what we're doing.
So, Alec, since this was your idea,
Yeah.
we're gonna start it off. But what we are gonna do? You're gonna say all 5 of
Mhm.
yours. You're gonna give a reason. Then I'm gonna say all 5, and then Jonathan's glorious list, who we are all excited for, will say his 5.
great.
And Josh also has put his 5 together.
Oh.
So we are
Gotta get an extra one.
we are ready to go. So
Yeah.
Alec, take it away.
Yeah, so my number 5, I said Margaret Qualley.
Oh,
Interesting.
I chose her because, like, well, for one, she's like on the taller end,
Yeah.
and I believe she would bring a like quality to the role where it kind of feels like more like a classic woman, Wonder Woman, like kind of like the Wonder Woman from the 70s, where it's kind of like the all American, like it feels like very vintage. Like I feel like that'd be a good word to use for Margaret Qualley, like vintage look to her, and she's also young. She's about 30 years old. She can play this role for probably like the next 20 years if she wanted to, like if they have it for going that long. And she also a very talented actress, of course, as well. She's also a dancer. She has experience as a ballerina dancer. I feel like she can
That's
bring
true.
that into the role as well. And yeah, she's the kind of actor that kind of like brings 100% of her abilities to a role, no matter what it is. Like I think I never seen her like do any half-ass shit. So yeah, I think she would like, be a good fit for like a vintage kind of Wonder Woman role in this DC universe. Number 4 is a bit more less likely, but I said
that's so crazy.
Rhea Ripley.
That is so crazy. I'm gonna real quick. I thought about that.
Yeah, you thought about it?
Earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Oh, that's the one you were thinking about. Like, I don't think she would.
no,
Yeah.
I'll tell you later. But,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, I told Rhea Ripley because
Yeah.
one, I mean, she has the build for what, like the perfect build for a Wonder Woman for sure. She's tall too, even younger than Margaret Qualley. She's about 27, 28 years old, I think. Yeah, she just has this imposing look, and I feel like she could be like a good fit for like the absolute version of her. Cons are basically like she's not like a trained actress or anything, and we haven't seen her act in any movies as far as I know. And she's also like WWE's top women wrestler, so it'd probably be hard to like work around her schedule, especially for such a big role like Wonder Woman. It's not like she's playing like a supporting side villain or something like that, so it'll be tough to get around her schedule. But maybe when she's they're fine times to like work for it. Yeah, and then James Gunn is kind of like known for casting wrestlers as well in his films, like Batista as Drax and John Cena as Peacemaker.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's out of the realm for him to cast a wrestler in this role. So yeah, but yeah, she has everything. She's also very charismatic. From everything from her interviews, promos during her wrestling are always like really great. So yeah, I think it would be a different take on Wonder Woman. It's like a more kind of like metal kind of like vibe to it. And then number 3, this is like a more recent actress up and coming. But my number 3 is Monica Barbaro. And the 2 projects that I've seen her in were Top Gun Maverick, where she played one of the pilots, of course. And she played Joan Baez in A Complete Unknown. And she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress in that movie. And I don't know, she had like a great look for it. Like I feel like I can definitely see her in the the tiara and the outfit for sure. She has a very like strong presence to her. Like I feel like she can like walk into a room and like I feel like she can control the place. And she's more unknown compared to like some of these actors on these lists. It could help to have like an unknown presence. Instead of like, like maybe, I don't know, casting Angelina Jolie or some shit. Not like she would like do it now, but like, I feel like you would be seeing Angelina Jolie instead of like Wonder Woman. I feel like she would be a really good choice for it. And so far I liked all the projects that I've seen her in. Number 2, this is more popular fan casting that I've seen recently, and I kind of agree with it, and I liked her a lot in a show called Andor. And my second choice would be Adria Arjona. Again, she kind of has that presence where she can walk into a room and command like everyone's attention. She has experience with action projects such as of course Andor, and then she was in that Michael Bay movie 6 Underground. But she was she impressed me in there because like she handled the action very well in there. Probably maybe the best actress in this list, just because I liked her a lot in Andor. I feel like she had like such a range in that role in that show. And also, it also helps that she's been in a James Gunn project before. I don't know if you guys remember the Belko Experiment. She was in that movie. It was like a movie he wrote. It wasn't directed by him or anything, but yeah, it wrote it, and he was a producer on it. So obviously, you got to meet all the actors beforehand and like give them the okay, pretty much. So. And she's dating Jason Momoa at the moment, and he will play Lobo in Supergirl. So she's kind of got it in already.
Damn, so maybe she might
end up being the one that gets it. Honestly,
she might sneak on in there.
Yeah, but yeah, I like her a lot. She's got like a good charisma to her. She kind of gives off like a Zoe Saldana and Guardians of the Galaxy kind of vibe to her as well. So I think she'd be a good fit.
Nice.
Yeah. And then number one, this is definitely like the most unknown actress, but because I only seen her in like 2 projects as well, but one project she really impressed me in, and this is my number one is Charlie Fraser. She played Furiosa's mom in the Furiosa Mad Max prequel. I rewatched it last night because I was just watching it with my dad and stuff, and we were like, oh, he hasn't seen Furiosa yet. I'm thinking about his actress maybe playing Wonder Woman, so I was like, maybe I'll give it a rewatch. I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, in the first couple minutes, she's like kind of like basically the star of the movie for like the first like maybe like 20 minutes or so. And I was like, wait, who is this? What the fuck? She's really good. Obviously, she's like beautiful and like has like and did the action very well. And I was like, who's this? I think a couple months after I watched Furiosa, I saw her in Anyone But You, the Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney movie, and she was very good in that as well. She like again like has that charisma. Likability to her. I feel like she has like she could bring like a more closer to that classic edge while bringing like the metal side of Wonder Woman. Like both sides of it, it could be like a perfect mix of both sides of the character. So yeah, I think she'd be a good fit for it.
All right.
Yeah.
So the theme of your list,
Yeah.
was kind of more of the unknowns.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll
More up and coming actresses. Yeah.
Well, buddy, the theme of my list is more of the known. So
Okay.
I kind of went more established with who I chose. This one is a recent one, and if we're ready, Josh, my number 5. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, and I'm not too proud of this number 5. Is Haley Steinfeld.
Okay.
I feel like, coming off of Sinners, she was really good in it.
Yeah.
And I think like she kind of has that look. And I think kind of seeing her in Sinners, it was kind of like she kind of had that gritty performance to it. I don't know her height. Don't worry about heights in my categories, in my choices.
Because a lot of my choices were like 5'7" and over. Like,
I could see that in the pictures.
Yeah.
I can see that in the
Because Charlie
pictures.
Fraser is like I think like 5'10", 5'11". She's like a model. So
Yeah. But I feel like she has enough of a name to where you could throw her in there and you would be like, oh, okay. Like I think she's talented enough to where she could pull off a good performance. And I think she's coming off of probably her biggest movie to date.
Yeah.
And I think now is the time where it's like, okay, let me get another big franchise and try to be the one to, see if I can lead this thing. So I went with Haley at number 5. The person I was talking about before though was Brie Larson.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, she could be interesting, but she's so deep into
They're really Captain Marvel. So, yeah.
So then my number 4, and I kind of forgot who this one was. So there we go.
I knew someone was gonna do it.
Oh, shit.
But hear me out. Okay, we know the star power.
Yeah.
She's got the height.
Yep.
Okay.
And she's been in the superhero genre. And I think if she bulks up just a little bit, you know what I mean? Just to put on just enough cut to look like, oh, okay, maybe some in the shoulders. I don't know. Whatever. We're not body shaming anybody here. But I think she has the acting chops to make a compelling Wonder Woman. I think she has the presence and the star power to kind of carry that too. And yeah, I think she could do a good job. I feel like she's been around where like, if you're going to replace Gal Gadot, I think Zendaya is a good choice. She has a solid catalog, and I think she could have that presence.
Yeah.
My number 3, again, I forgot, so I'm sorry, Josh. Yes, Zoe Kravitz.
They're tiny ass.
Now that's what I said, right? As I was thinking about that, I was like, damn, she's just too tiny.
Yeah.
If she was taller, I think 100% she could knock it out of the park. One of the reasons why I went with her is because she was really good as Catwoman in the Batman, and then also seeing her on the studio, she was really solid there, and it was it was like 2 different roles. So height out of the window, I just thought like She has the look. She kind of has
Talent.
that. She has the talent. She has the attitude behind her. Where like she seems like oh, I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Type attitude. And so so I went with Zoe Kravitz. But yes, she's tiny.
Yeah.
That's kind of the only knock on her. But I feel like if she was taller, like 5'7" or whatever, I could see her 100% being that. My number 2, again, I forgot. I apologize, Josh. Journey Smollett. Now, hear me out. Okay, this one's a little different.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know what you're thinking, Alec. I saw your face right there. You're like, that's dumb.
No, I like her.
Oh.
I like her a lot. I never thought it was dumb.
Okay.
I thought it was more interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
To me, like, if we want to step outside the box a little bit, I think she could play Wonder Woman. I think she kind of has that imposing intimidation factor to her. Where again, it's kind of like with Zoe, where it's like it's there, but it's not like present there, if that makes sense. Like you got to bring it out.
Yeah.
But I think once you bring it out, like I could see her 100% adding like some good acting to it, but some good kind of funny moments because she has some good comedic chops too.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
And so I think like that'd be like a good balance to that. And I don't, she's not a small woman height wise, so I could see that working. You just have to keep her brother out of it.
Justice for Juicy.
Justice
for Juicy.
My number 1, I do remember this one. Natalie Emanuel.
Oh yeah, her.
Right.
Yeah.
And I kind of I kind of went with that because we've seen her in Fast and Furious. What?
I turned it out and go.
Oh.
Like as in okay.
All right. We've seen her in the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
So she has a little bit of name, but she doesn't have she's not a big megastar kind of. So you could slot her in there as somebody like, hey, you're not really doing too much else right now. Come be this. I don't know how tall she is again, but I think she has the looks. And I think she kind of has like that silence kind of badass to her as well. Maybe I should have said Michelle Rodriguez as Wonder Woman. What about Charlotte Flair? Since I didn't think.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, all right. That's my 5.
No, yeah. I appreciate all the sisters on there.
Yeah,
I like that a
I
lot.
also kind of went different too. I mean, like if Snow White can be Mexican or whatever Rachel Zegler is, then fuck, we can do some.
There's only like 2 white women on my list were like Rhea Ripley and Margaret Qualley. So yeah.
I for me it was more just like I'm thinking talent who can kind of propel this franchise to where it needs to be. But man,
I get John. I'm so excited to see
the main event here. First of all, he put the iPad down and he picked it back up.
Yeah,
we are in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen.
I have my notes here. That's why.
So Jonathan, take it away.
So first, I have to say this before I show anything. I did not choose these actresses by myself. I had some help from my wife.
Oh, so
She needed me
outside
to-
This is cheating.
Hold on. I needed just I had to put that out there because I needed some help.
I didn't put that in the rules, but okay.
This is
You
cheating.
did it. That's what I'm saying. You didn't put that in the
Oh,
rules.
good point. Loophole.
So
Damn.
but we kind of like jumped ideas off of each other.
Gotta make sure
So-
no outside interference.
Okay, now I know. Now I know. But shout out to my wife. Okay, so we got number 1. I mean, sorry, not number 5. We got Scarlett Johansson. So this is sort of a joke pick for me since the MCU. Both Val and I think that the MCU kind of did her dirty. And her character with Black Widow, she didn't really get the movie she deserved when they gave her solo movie. We both think Scarlett Johansson is a great actress and she's phenomenal. And we know she can do action movies, she can do superhero movies, and she has that name behind her. I know the height would probably be like a little bit of a issue, but regardless, I would choose her as my top 5, my 5th choice. And I think it'll be. I think the James Gunn and the DCU would treat her better than the MCU did.
Why is she a joke pick though?
Well, because I said I know I kind of said it, but
stunt casting because her whole relationship with Marvel.
Yeah. That's why I called it like a joke pick, as in like it would be cool if she is it, but like it would be cool and funny if she did do it because it's like sea of marble. You guys cut ties with me, so
Yeah.
number 4, I chose Elizabeth Olsen. I believe
Okay.
Elizabeth
Marvel
Olsen.
actresses?
Wait,
I
hold
kind of
on.
figured that one was coming.
Hold on,
next.
hold on. Hold on. Y'all gonna laugh, but I got you. Okay. So I believe Elizabeth Olsen's also a great as a great actress. She has some great acting chops. She can definitely play the Wonder Woman in my eyes. She has always been a great advocate for women and women empowerment. And Wonder Woman is supposed to be this Amazonian woman who is all about women empowerment and the strength and empowering and showing the strength of women.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing all these things, I think Elizabeth would do great justice to that character and bring her personal beliefs into the character and would really give the hell out of that performance.
I swear to God, if I see like Zoe Saldana as the next
Oh
one.
shit. Okay. Well, number 3, I chose Anya Taylor-Joy. I am a huge Anya Taylor-Joy fan, and she has shown time and time again she can play a badass, strong, independent character such as Wonder Woman. Seeing her in Wonder Woman. Seeing her in Furiosa sold me the idea. She played this character of like anger and like revenge and strong and tough. She sold that idea to me. And she kind of played the character of this Amazonian woman, kind of like how you said with what was it, the other one that you chose that was also in Furiosa?
Charlie Fraser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we think about it, we see this character Furiosa, who's a kid hidden in a world valley away from the rest of society, which is primarily dominated by women. And the only issue I see, and like you said, only issue I see with my picking this character is she's a little more on the leaner side. And her hair is blonde, but she's been known to be wearing wigs. In The Gorge, she wore a wig, and then in also Queen's Gambit, she wore a wig. So I think getting her a wig, and then also getting her on some type of plan or something, bulk up a little bit if need be. If not, hey, it is what it is.
Give her a few protein shakes.
Yeah, but that's my number 3 pick.
Yeah.
Number 2, I chose this one's a little more interesting. Tessa Thompson. We are starting to ramp things up. Tessa plays Valkyrie in the MCU, which is like a warrior woman that protects Odin. She plays the character really well, which is sort of like Wonder Woman, a supernatural powered woman, and has a little bit of like an attitude at first, but then also has a softer side as she gets to know humans. And I believe she kind of did that in the MCU, and she could bring that again into the DCU. And yeah.
So hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
Are you just trying to defect people from Marvel to DC?
Migrate.
No, I'm just realizing the different. I mean that issue now. But I chose a couple of people that weren't in there in the
like one.
One
from the MCU.
Well, we still have his number 1.
Yeah. So my number 1 pick. Wait before you show it. Is a little bit. I will say this a little bit far fetched, but I will defend it and why I chose it. Okay, so my number 1 pick I chose is Melissa Barrera. I 100% love to see a Latina actress play this character because Wonder Woman is technically an alien or immigrant, not American character. She is from Amazons of Themyscira. So due to everything that has been happening in LA and all over the US, I would love to see Melissa Barrera as Wonder Woman to give a little bit of an FU to all the haters out there. To see someone, a Latina, play a character such as Wonder Woman. And she's already shown that she can play a lot of action-ish type of films and Scream. And then she was also in Abigail. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. But she also played a pretty badass character there. And I know she's been shunned from Hollywood because of the whole controversy thing. But I think this could be a way for her to really show, put her back in the spotlight and redeem herself and show, just what Hollywood is missing out on.
So this was Val's pick, huh?
No, this is actually my pick.
No, she's I've seen her be a fan favorite for this role as well. So more recently, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's my picks.
I believe it.
That's That's actually a decent list.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Besides most of it being all Marvel actresses. But
No,
like,
so yeah, I was gonna say I like I don't know. I guess I had just Marvel fresh in my mind or something. But yeah,
Well, I was expecting, Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon.
no, they're a little on the older side.
Melissa
I won't
McCarthy.
do that.
No,
Melissa McCarthy.
that was a solid list though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah,
I came to play.
No, okay.
Oh yeah, we got to see Josh's.
Now-
Then we can say who's our favorites. Of
Now,
the,
Josh has put his list together too. Damn, I can't say that name.
Anna Maria Bartolome. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like I've seen her before.
Um,
Wait, was she in Mickey 17? Oh, okay, yeah. She was
Oh.
a friend. Yeah,
I haven't watched that.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
You have? Oh yeah, you haven't seen me kiss.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Daniela Pineda.
Oh, she's also a Bay girl. That's what's up.
She
Bay
sounds,
girl?
She sounds
Yeah.
like it.
Who's
I think
that?
she's from
again?
Oakland. Yeah.
Nice.
What was she in?
She was in what was that show?
Oh, show.
The Accountant 2. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
she was-
The
I haven't
Accountant
seen
2.
that
Okay,
yet,
okay, I need to watch
remember her
that.
from Cowboy Bebop, the live action
Ah,
version. Yeah.
nice. Okay.
Naomi
Scott.
Scott. Ooh,
Oh, that's actually
that's a pretty
interesting.
good one. I do like her
That
a
is
lot.
very
She
yeah.
played Princess Jasmine in the Aladdin movie. Yeah.
And then she did a.
Claudia Dumas. Oh, Victoria from The Boys. Yeah, she's also a fan favorite too.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like
That one is interesting.
That's a pretty good one.
And number one,
Katie O'Brien.
Katie O'Brien?
Yeah. Now, I thought about her too,
she's Jack.
but then I thought she should play Big Barda instead. That's why I subbed her out for Rhea Ripley.
Who's Big Barda?
Katie.
Oh, she's like the different character compared to Wonder Woman. It's like a new god that they have in the DC universe. She's more like I know I'm not even saying the words that matter to you really.
I'm listening, Alec.
I was kind of like, wait, like
I'm
he
listening.
knows nothing about DC, so I was like,
So Alex like I'm wasting my breath.
yeah. She's like a Wonder Woman adjacent character. That's all I'll say. Yeah.
Well, hey, leave a comment.
I'm about to say, do we have a favorite?
Oh, mine, easily.
Oh no, like from each of these lists from our all.
Oh,
Like, do you have
sorry.
a favorite like casting from like one particular? Like from each person, like which person do you like the most?
Oh, I
I
like
could go.
that. Choose, yes.
Yeah.
So I'd like the Endor one they chose. I really
Dr.
do. Yeah.
Argento? Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I would say Melissa Burr is my favorite of yours. Yeah, that's the one I can definitely see happening. And about Jamal.
Well, nobody said mine.
Oh.
Well, I gotta pick it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I thought you were gonna go because look, you're about to talk.
Oh no, I was waiting for somebody to say, "Oh, somebody from your list." Fuck my shit up. Ah, damn. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
But I like the choice of Natalie Emmanuel.
Yes.
I did like that one. I feel like.
But see, now I don't know if I believe you though.
What?
Now,
Why
now-
would I?
Why?
Because I was the last one out. I was the last one picked.
I was just saying because Jonathan.
No, I was gonna say yeah.
I
He
wasn't
just
saying,
responded
like,
to me.
Yeah, I wasn't saying like this is like, but I wasn't ranking by least favorite. I'm saying
Yeah, I'm
this
just
is my
saying.
favorite.
everybody's list
Jesus
got
Christ.
good reactions, right? Josh's list was great,
I
right?
like your list.
Yeah, your list is
I
good.
genuinely did like it.
I listen. I know you guys probably thought, "Oh, this motherfucker's definitely not gonna put thought into it because it's a superhero."
I thought it was gonna be
Wonder
more
Woman."
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
And
But I
mean-
like.
I
Wonder
mean,
Woman.
he had the assist, so that
Okay, if I may.
Yeah.
The only assist I got was the last two. It was Scarlett Johansson and Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay.
Because Val really is a fan of Elizabeth Olsen,
Mm-hmm.
and then she just told me what is it, Scarlett Johansson as a joke.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
ScarJo could 100% do it if she wasn't like
Right.
in there. Yeah, no, that's a solid list.
Josh's, I like Claudia Dumas.
Yes.
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
From The Boys. so I
Solid,
can see her.
solid list all around. Leave in the comments who you think had the best one, and who you would like to see as Wonder Woman. But now we are getting to the spoiler. That's not the name of the segment, is it?
Our
spoiler?
movie review or movie review spoiler.
The spoiled
The
movie.
spoiler.
Yes. There you go. Spoiler. So, Alec,
Yes.
you had the privilege of choosing the movie that
Yes.
we watched last time, and you chose La Cocina.
Yes, La
Nice.
Cocina, directed by Alonso Ruiz Palacios.
Yes.
I feel like I nailed that.
You did. You did. Very proud.
Whew. But yeah, this is a movie about. This is a real quick about the thing, what it's about, and in the sweltering back kitchen of a Times Square restaurant, undocumented cook Pedro is caught between mounting pressures at work and a complicated relationship with waitress Julia. When money goes missing, suspicion spreads, igniting tension that threatens to upend the fragile hopes of the staff. So yeah, this is a film by a director that I think I would claim is like one of my favorites going right now. And he's made movies like Gueros and Museo and a documentary called A Cop Story. Cop Story's on Netflix. That's a very good one. I think you guys should check out. It takes an interesting turn, like probably like for the halfway point in the movie.
Is this a documentary or a movie?
It's
It plays out like
a little bit of a spoiler. It's both.
Okay.
It's like a meta documentary in a way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Question:
But,
is it in
yeah.
Spanish too, or is it?
Yeah, it's in Spanish. It's set in Mexico.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is a director I really enjoy, and yeah, I think this is based on a play that's called the Kitchen. It's like a British play, I believe. So different context, obviously. And this is set in New York, and it stars a lot of Mexican actors and Hispanic actors, of course. And I really I watched it like last year, towards the end of last year, and it was like at a theater called the Roxy. I don't know if you heard of it before. It's like on Mission Street. But yeah, I saw it in there. It felt like a good vibe to it. It's kind of like small and like indie theater, pretty much. So it had like a good fit for that type of film, since it's an indie film anyway, kind of like art housey in many ways. And I really like this, and really liked this film. And then seeing it again with all everything going on with the riots and the immigration and everything, it felt even more poignant.
Yeah,
because of that, and how this movie is about immigration and like the American dream. And how that can be extremely difficult for a lot of people to get the American dream because of social standards and like structurally how everything is. It can be a very tough. You can work as hard as you can, and you probably still won't be able to get there. And you start like missing like, even if like life wasn't easy, it could still like be like there's a comfort in like your home and like not really like struggling as much to like make ends meet, So I found it like very poignant in that way. And this movie is shot extremely well. It's black and white cinematography, and they play around with colors as well, like in the scene where they go into the freezer. Yeah, the freezer is like it's blue, and then like at a certain point there's like a flashings of green on towards the end of the movie, representing like the American dream and all that. But
well, real quick on that, I thought it represented him getting his green card.
Green card, yeah,
Right?
that's fair too.
I saw that as like because the restaurant owner had asked him, "What do you want?" And he didn't say.
I mean,
anything.
getting a green card could be the American dream for a lot of people. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
That was pretty much.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. But basically, I really like the uses of color, and then like the different types of like frame rates that they use throughout them, especially in the beginning of the movie. That kind of like the depicting like the experience of like an immigrant coming over to America. Like it's very like fast moving and it's like confusing and all like jittery. It's like it just feels like the feeling of like entering something new, and then like using like real life New Yorkers to like tell the story, like especially that guy at the beginning of the movie that is kind of like
that's what I figured.
Going off about like why they call it like Times Square and everything, and she's kind of like, okay,
yeah,
just walks away. About that, really good. Rooney Mara is very good. She's like definitely the biggest actress in this movie because a lot of the other actors are pretty much unknown.
It's Joaquin Phoenix's wife.
Yes, it is. Joaquin Phoenix's wife and the girl with the dragon tattoo. Yeah, that's where I remember. You're like, yeah.
I know some things.
Mark Zuckerberg's girlfriend in the Social Network as well. Yeah. So, but yeah, very good actress. She did a really good job in this movie. I want to know how she did like her cigarette trick.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a really cool trick.
That's crazy.
She did. But yeah, then the rest of the movie is just filled with like so many great characters that you see throughout, and then there's like a big tracking shot in the middle of the movie where they have to deal with a rush of people coming in, and then like the strawberry Coke machine.
Oh, love that.
Fuck up. 'Cause I don't think it's really like it's more kind of like a fantastical element of the movie.
Oh, yeah,
like,
100%.
that's not really happening. It's kind of more just like the add on to like the chaos
It's
of
like the symbolism.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, the
they're
symbol.
they're drowning in the work.
Yeah, exactly. They're drowning in their work and like yeah. So obviously like they're not. It's like not a whole little machine can like make that much
Yeah.
coke happen. There's an ocean of like coke at that point. But yeah, it's like it just adds to the chaos and everything. And the character of Pedro is very good as well. I like that actor a lot. I like to see him more and more stuff. I have to see what else he's been in. But yeah, he's very charismatic, but also like a dreamer, trying to like make ends meet in America, and misses his home, but like thinks like doing something like this, having a relationship with Rudy Mara, and like having a child that can be his way into the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't, and it's kind of questioning like, does he really love her, or does he just want
Just using her.
is he using her to get his green cards, like all that kind of stuff? And yeah, then there's the whole thing with the money being stolen, which leads to an interesting point in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then like what I think is like one of the best parts of the movie, the ending, when the owner comes in, and it's like he's like, I give you jobs, I give you like great wages, like what do you all want? It's like circling around everybody, just kind of like looking at him and like, we're not happy.
Yeah.
We're not happy working for like
Yeah.
minimum wage in like New York and like working our asses off, and probably won't even get out of this place because this is like the only thing we really know how to do pretty much. And yeah, this is very poignant how capitalism, how fucked up it is. So yeah, I just really love this movie and love the direction of it, love the acting, love the story and all the symbolisms in it. And yeah, I'll give this a big old peak cinema.
Nice.
Big old peak cinema.
Nice.
Love it. Love this movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
This movie was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I had started it, like I said, I started it earlier in the week,
Yeah, yeah,
and I didn't finish it, so I was like, okay, I'll come back to it.
yeah.
And then as I'm watching it, and I was just hooked,
Mhm.
Hooked into like the story, and like just everybody is an interesting character in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was like they don't really call them by like their real names. It's like the Albanian, the Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like, if
Yeah.
that's what you want to call them.
Gringo.
Gringo, yeah. And it was interesting, like the way that they did some of these like shots and things like that. Like when he gets on the phone, when Pedro gets on the phone and he calls home and he calls his mom, and it starts off as like a normal phone conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and then she goes to get his dad, and it just completely switches. And I thought it was such a unique way of like how they did that, of like we hear it's like we're Pedro's point of view in a sense, because you see him kind of close his eyes. We hear the phone, the things that's happening on the phone, and then we start to see them. We start to see like his family, like his mom, like what they're doing, the kids running. And I think that helped paint the picture of like, oh, okay, like one, you can tell he misses his family.
Yes, absolutely.
Two, he's over here to try to make a better life, and they kind of show like images and stuff like that. And then I thought it was interesting where like, his dad gets on the phone and his mom was like, yeah, he's been having like some health issues and stuff like that. And it's almost like when he first gets on the phone, he's kind of, like his dad's kind of like almost like annoyed, I guess, in a sense you could say. And then, but then when thinking about it, it's like, like Mexican fathers, like they're kind of that strong kind of force.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Very old school.
Yeah.
Not
Like,
very like emotional about things.
Exactly. Like work hard, big family aspect and things like that. And so then like you can kind of see the switch or hear the switch of the dad when Pedro was like, I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah.
Then it was kind of like, oh, that's great, mijo. Like you kind of start to feel like, like working and family
Yeah.
is the two big kind of pieces there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was really well done. And then like, you hear the conversation. He's like, yeah, I'm going to name him after you, because that's also another thing. Like they love to keep that tradition and and naming after the father and stuff like that. And then I thought it was nicely done at the end, where like we don't see the dad, but like we can see his like reflection through the mirror.
Yeah.
And I thought that was nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro's weird.
The weirdo.
He's a weirdo, like
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was just one of my notes. I was just like, Pedro's weird.
The very enthusiastic guy.
And then I also wrote down the scene where, and you'll probably get this, where they're insulting each other.
Yes.
And that instantly took me to the do the right thing scene.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And like just that whole kind of like, even though they're just joking and they're just playing, do the right thing, that they were probably like really like, you know, just hating each other. This is more just like, oh, okay, yeah, like you fucking blah, blah, blah. Like it's more fun. And then I thought, I was thinking of it too, as like, and you had said this kind of before, it's kind of like in the vein of like The Bear, but kind of more like, I guess you could say it's more gritty-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about just like, this is like a team. You know what I mean? Like this is like a team aspect here.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of has to be to make everything work. Like it has to be a team. And like, even though they're getting on each other, but it's all in good spirits.
Yeah.
You know, it's one, because they're in this crazy atmosphere
Mm-hmm.
where you see like the kitchen just gets bombarded with orders. And you got to sit there and you got to crank this shit out and you got to make this. You got the chef yelling at you. And so that's their way of kind of like lightening the mood. And they have like another one of those moments where they're in the midst of this chaos and they're like, they want the head chef to sing their anthem
in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
This is mid like rush.
Yeah.
And they're just like, sing the anthem.
Yeah.
This shit is intense, dude.
It's intense, yeah.
If this is like how it is in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
I would not ever want to do that.
I can't handle
that.
it.
It is too much. And
Man, on top of that, making sure the food is good.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then you see that like with
The guy making the pizza?
no,
Or what?
the what's her name? The 20-year-old.
Oh, the new one that just got
yeah.
hired. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see that when they're like, "Hey, go
get the chicken."
Go get the chicken." And she's
Estella.
like, and she's Estella,
Yeah,
and she's
Estella.
like, "Where's the chicken?" And
Yeah.
it's in the back, and it's
Yeah.
just like, "Get the fuck out the way!" It's like, you know, like I'm watching,
Ragdolling here.
right? I'm like, this shit is insane.
Yeah.
Man. So yeah, I would not want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you have the old lady, you know, she just started front of the house,
Mhm.
and like she just goes back there. She wants her fucking chicken marsala.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pedro and the other guy, they're cracking jokes, singing, having a good time, and she's just like, chicken marsala. I need my chicken marsala.
Yeah.
And then Pedro just like, they're just completely ignoring her.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you can stay here. Well, he's like, well, you're not gonna stay here while I'm working. So she's like, okay, I'll be back. And then she comes back and like she starts to like reach into the fucking
Mm-hmm.
the thing and starts plating the food. And Pedro's like, what the fuck are you doing? This is my area. And he just starts ripping her a new one. And you could tell, like, because before that, she had the breakdown, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Right. So she's already like on edge. And then you can just tell that, like, you know, I don't know if Pedro was doing it in a hurtful way, more just like, hey, this is what we do here.
Yeah.
But also, when you cross over into my area, now I get serious. And so I thought that was interesting. The whole thing with Max, it's almost like he was antagonizing him, and like he wanted Max to try to like to fight him or some shit. And but then it goes back to, but he's part of the team. And so like even when Estella was like, you know, what's up with that Max asshole?
Yeah.
You know, what's in it? It's like, no, he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just been here too long.
Yeah.
And I think you can kind of see that in Pedro a little bit too. And it's almost like Pedro was like getting on, like he was giving Max stuff because it's like you could probably go do this somewhere else and be better at what, you know, than what you're doing here.
Yeah.
But I'm stuck here.
But you're kind of stuck here. And then Pedro kind of has his fucking breakdown because of the abortion and everything. And yeah, I mean, overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. They did some really unique shots and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of tell like they were taking chances. Like, well, how is this going to look? Oh, let's try it and see.
Oh yeah, very very well done experimental stuff going on in this movie.
And I like the use of color too.
Yeah.
Where like we only saw it twice
Mm-hmm.
and we saw it in the freezer, like you said, where it's kind of like they're having like some real sad conversation at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end with the green, I saw it as like the green card, like that's what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tie that into the American dream.
Oh yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I give it a peak. I mean it's very close to peak cinema, but I give it peak.
Nice. Yeah. I also like like a whole scene where he's reminiscing on his time in Mexico, his family and stuff. I like how like the lens is kind of like
Yes.
obscured a bit, showing because when you remember back on stuff, you don't really see the full
Exactly.
picture fully, but you only like remember like maybe like a quarter of it or like a little bit of it, So I like how they represent memory in that way.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, very well done.
Before watching it,
Mhm.
I was excited about it, right? And then I'm not gonna say who, but somebody had told me that they had watched it and they didn't give it a good review. They said it was like mid, and then I was like, really? And so I was like,
Is someone we know or
maybe, sort of.
sort of?
I don't want to say it. I'll mention it later. But
Okay.
they told me it was mid, and I was like, oh, I'm not as excited to watch it anymore. But like
Damn,
I-
you swayed that much.
first I was
quick,
excited,
too.
and then I was like,
Damn.
well, if I get like a peak cinema, and then, or I mean, you didn't tell me like what it was, but you told
Yeah.
me it was highly recommended by you, and then I heard somebody else said it was mid, and I was like, let me go in the middle of those two, and I'm like, okay,
Okay.
yeah, and so I was like not as excited. I don't know, like so I watched it anyways because you were like, reminder, you gotta watch it. I was like, okay, let me
Well,
try to
thank God
watch
I
this.
reminded them.
Let me watch this. And then I was watching it, and like Jamal said, I was like almost like entranced. And I was like, oh, whoa, what's happening here? And then I was like kind of confused a little bit. I was like, why is it like shuddering everything? Like, what's all these stylistic ideas? But now that you guys are talking about it, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now I'm like, all this stuff. But just want to make sure when Stella was getting her interview, she stole somebody else's spot, right? Because remember at the end they're like, "Oh, you're Rita."
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's funny to me that she got the job and like you didn't even have a interview thing. And it's like you said, it's kind of like the culture shock of like she's new to this country, she barely knows any English. She just speaks Spanish, and then she gets hit on by the guy that's interviewing her. He's like, "Oh, you're really gorgeous."
Oh,
Like,
he
and
definitely
for a
hit on her.
Are you
second,
single?
yeah. And then for a second, I said, "Oh shit, where's this going?" I was like,
Would have punched him in his fat belly.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
and then he's like, "No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing. It's all jokes. I was like, dude, that's dumb.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
you're
they're
serious.
creep, man. You're a creep."
Yeah.
And it's funny that like if you think about it, all the higher up in management are kind of like these like very like kind of almost like awful people of like when they lost or they they were missing money, they instantly went to, okay, we got interrogate mode.
Mhm.
And they didn't interrogate like all the waitresses first. They said, no, you know who to start with, all the Latinos or all the immigrants and like all the people that are working in the kitchen. Those were the first people that they started interrogating. And then and it was just like you said, it had a lot of symbolism. It had a lot of stuff to say about like capitalism and all that. My favorite scene was actually, funny enough, the one that Jamal said was like when they're all like cussing each other out and they're all like insulting each other and all that. And for a second, I'm like, I had to rewind it because I'm like, wait, how did we get here? I was like, why is this happening? And I rewind it, and it just goes into it. It just like there's no explanation, nobody insulted, nothing. It just goes into it. And then I had to pause it, and I had to talk to my wife Val, and I was like, is this normal? I was like, is this normal for like Mexicans to do this a lot? And she told me that is 100% normal. There's this thing in the Mexican community that it's called like La Carrilla, which is a big majority of like Mexicans. The way they show each other love is they start insulting each other. They start like kind of like making fun of each other and all this. When it's all fun and games and all that, until it's not. But like they start off like they say insulting each other, saying jokes and like your mama this and then like
Until a couple of Modelos get in
yeah.
there.
I was gonna say until it
problem.
starts yeah.
De la Negros.
But I was watching it, and then for a moment, I was like, "Wow, this feels like an authentic Mexican film, not like Emilia Perez, where like you don't feel the."
That's very fair to say.
The authenticity. You know what I mean? Like you can tell this was directed actually by somebody that knows the culture and like, you know,
Oh, yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. So
Mhm.
it was refreshing. It was refreshing, but it was very beautifully shot. I liked how well, at first I didn't like that it was like very cropped, and then in
Yeah.
certain shots it would like expand.
Mhm.
But then I thought about it, I was like, man, it really is like kind of like making you feel what is that called? Like suffocated and like very cramped in this kitchen that's already kind of like small,
Mhm.
and you got all these people working. And one thing about like the community or the Latino community is that, like you said, Jamal, everybody's a team. You know, whether you like each other or not, you have to work as a team when you're working and all that. You have to work as a team, and after so long, you know, sometimes you might get tired of people. And one thing that I thought about remember when he was antagonizing Max and like trying to make him like punch him and like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
My thought was he's trying to get his green card that way too, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but one way you can get your green card or a case with an attorney to get your green card is if you get assaulted by an American. If you get
Oh.
assaulted by an
I didn't
American,
know that.
you can apply to get your green card status.
Interesting.
Yes.
So that's probably pulled the knife on him.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
And so that's, again, not many people know that, but knowing some of that context, I was like, okay, maybe that's what I thought when I saw it. But, you know, it could be, that's the beauty about filmmaking, it's like different stuff.
So then now that adds a little twist to the end of the movie because Max beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
yeah.
So technically he gets assaulted, and I mean that would.
And that's why when he turned green, I was like,
the
okay,
green
now
card,
he
like,
got his
now I
green
have
card.
it.
Yeah.
Screw you, Max. I'm an
Yeah.
American now.
And it's funny because, like, you know,
Interesting.
and like, you know, not everybody, like, not just everybody's like, you know, Latino and all that, but there's like, what is it, like a French person? Like one of them is French in there.
one's
and
Albanian.
One's Albanian. Like, you know, they started insulting each other in these different languages because, you know, if you work together for so long in a confined space, you start kind of like learning each other's languages and like
Yeah.
insults. Like, oh, you tell me, you know, tell me this insult, I'll tell you this insult, whatever. And so, like, you know, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to watch. But yeah, it was a very good watch. Thank you, Alec, for that.
Yeah.
You know, but very necessary for this moment in time. I give it a peek. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, it was really
Yeah.
beautiful.
Josh, what do you
Yeah, I
get?
was gonna say peak cinema looks like. Yep, peak cinema.
Peak cinema.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And so now the pick has come back around town to me. Well, this is gonna be tough to follow.
Yeah.
But I figure, right? It's summer
Okay.
blockbusters, right?
Nice.
Okay.
I
And
like that theme.
I had if you know, this is this one is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Okay. There is one coming out
Okay.
this year.
I feel like I know. what this
Interesting.
is. Yeah.
It's in the intro. And I've been wanting to talk about this one for a while
Huh.
because it is one of my favorites.
Okay.
And
okay.
if you do know, Josh, could we go wide? Okay.
What's he pointing
Spoiler.
Already.
It's hanging up on the wall.
at? Choose that one.
Now, Josh, let's run these nice graphics here.
There we go.
Here we
So
go.
this should be no surprise here.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh snap! Oh snap! You're kidding me! You are kidding me! Wait, hold on! Wait! That needs this. Hold on! And some. And it's and it.
Oh fuck!
That was
incredible.
so beautiful, man.
That was so good.
No, hold on. Wait. Can I say something? Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Did you tell Josh to do it just like that?
So the funny thing is, right?
Yeah.
So okay, I was like, okay, I need a movie.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And I was like, okay, shit, I want to do one off of the poster.
Okay.
And so I'm scrolling, and I scroll and I see it, and I'm like,
Really?
oh, this is perfect. And so I text Josh, and it's hilarious because I sent him the fucking devil emoji or like the purple one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the movie is Interstellar. But
Yeah.
I want you to make it seem like it's Jurassic Park. And so in my head, and this is how I know me and Josh were on the same wavelength.
Yes, yes.
In my head, the Dave Chappelle "Gotcha, bitch" was exactly what I wanted, and I didn't even tell him.
Oh wow!
And so he sent it to me yesterday, and I looked at it, and I was like, "This is fucking perfect."
No, that
This
was-
is peak cinema.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
tears.
And so
So good.
So if you remember when we were talking about our trip to LA and you were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Interstellar, it's your favorite movie. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, about the script. I was like, oh, we got him. And like me and Josh looked at each other and we were like,
Oh wait, hold
we
on.
got him.
You been chose this?
I chose it yesterday.
Chose it yesterday,
Oh,
yeah.
yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
But
you said
we
you
were
went back to
talking
LA.
about it,
Yeah. Okay.
No,
okay.
like because you bought the I didn't know you bought the Interstellar script.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you said that, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And so there was a moment in there where I saw Josh and I saw him and he looked at me and I was like, yeah, we got him. And so yeah, that absolutely perfect too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I appreciate this bait and switch.
yes.
That was generally amazing.
And
That was
The music,
beautiful.
The music fucking killed me.
Yes.
And then you were like, yeah, we're gonna get to that debate, and that you were like, we're gonna get to that episode, and I was like,
Oh,
Now we're gonna talk about it for real.
Oh no.
I was like, oh,
So for the
buddy.
next episode, I need to write my essay to defend
Yes.
myself.
So
Yes.
I don't know how we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
But I will think of parameters
Okay.
for the debate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will be the mediator.
Perfect.
Okay. Episode 47 debate. Boom. So I will be the mediator.
The
Just
debate.
titled debate.
the debate. And you guys will debate
Okay.
Interstellar. I don't know how many rounds we'll have. We'll figure all that shit out.
Yeah. Let me know the rules and all that. So,
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that was, So now when you choose something, now you have to figure something. Alec hit us with the game.
I was gonna say yeah.
I hit you with the fake out.
Oh dang.
Yeah, now you gotta do something to surprise us.
But
Oh damn.
That was better than the game.
yeah.
That was.
That was generally so good.
Because I could tell both of you guys were like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
Fucking Jurassic Park.
No, I mean I'm a fan of Jurassic Park,
No,
but
the classic,
Interstellar,
yeah.
shit.
But I think with what's the name coming out, it just made it even more like perfect. So yeah, I'm happy that's exactly how I wanted it. You can't even top that.
that was
Can't
pretty
even
good. That
top
was pretty good. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was a fun one.
Yes, absolutely.
I am
Oh my
now looking forward
Yes.
to the debate between Alec and Jonathan about Interstellar. It's going to be a fun one. This was a good episode.
Great one.
And again, like, comment, subscribe, share. Leave your favorite comment, your favorite Wonder Woman list.
Yeah, who was your favorite Wonder Woman list, or like just your favorite Wonder Woman pick in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until then, though, I'm Jamal, Sir Alec,
Hey.
Jon Burgundy, Josh, woo, and we will see you when we see you.
Bye.